that's the sort of meeting where you shouldn't be too scared of that. And as you'd see, a guy like Todd McFarlane, for example, is actually leading the Drivers' Challenge. So there is some room to move tonight. He's on Marco Bichu in the first. I thought backable each way at 540, 190 on the tote. Not much money in that pool though, so just for those who want to have a look at the favourite Walk of Fame, I spoke to Tony Herlihy, who's going to join us later on for an on-air interview in the driver's room before, and he said, look, he thought she was a good chance in this field, but no standout maiden at this stage. So the 260 or shopping, option 511, is probably about as low as you'd like to take for Walk of Fame. In saying that, Tony's maidens do tend to be very well schooled, and for that reason are competitive fresh up. But yeah, 260's the real line in the sand there. One of the features of the night, and there's not many big boom races, but as I said, there's some good value races, is race 8. Interesting runner here is number 8, Debs Powell. Last time out here broke very impressive time for a horse of that grade, and it's one of the better bets tonight. 320 for it on the fixed odds options, a horse you need to be very aware of in your pick sixes later on. As I said, pick 6 kicking off on race 4, so it's at 321.50. Looks one of the better each way bets later in the night, because that time last time out was a class record and usually only recorded by the open class horses or those nice age group paces. Throughout the night we haven't got too many interview slots. We've got a busy show early on, but we'll talk to Todd Mitchell, we'll talk to Bernie Hackett. They've got a couple of nice maidens in the last on the card, him and wife Michelle, and Tony Herlihy's going to join us. Also might get a chance to talk to Russell about the Breeders' Crown semi-finals tomorrow night, and don't forget also the New Zealand Cup market opened yesterday, and also the Dominion Handicap market as well. So lots of betting, Russell, for those who want to play into a short price favourite tonight, and maybe taking it into a Terror to Love or an On the Mighty Quinn or one of those horses in the Kibbles to try and find the winner of the first.
Look forward to it, Mick. Yeah, let's do that. And those fixed markets, they're out for those semi-finals for the Breeders' Crown on Saturday, tomorrow at Ballarat. Right, let's get to Wanganui, just a bit further south, and Liz standing by. And the next one, Liz, this import right in the mix, it seems.
Yeah, it really is. The Aussie import dog here, Trident, lines up as favourite here in race number 4. It's an interesting race, this one. Number 1, Opawa Token, also looks like a big chance here from the inside draw, lining up for Stephen Ma. That was a really good run for second last start, and that was in behind Alamain Duke. It's a little bit unknown, obviously, with the Aussie import dog. Usually, I'd say, yes, I want to back it as soon as it arrives here. Lately, I've been getting a wee bit more cautious, and I am quite a fan of Opawa Token, and has the advantage of the inside draw today. Interestingly, I've just been up into the stand. It's really bustling up there up in the stand with the Punter of the Year competition going 3 over the 5 at 20 metres, 4 minutes away from a start here. Lots of good luck if you're still live in the quaddie. Leg number 3 of the early quaddie today. Number 7, Trident, having his first go in New Zealand today for Nathan Udy. 210 and 330 the tote, 280, 130 on final field for this Aussie import dog. Number 1 here is Opawa Token for Stephen Ma, paying 321.55 fixed, 430 and money back on the tote. I think in a field like this, he's a really big chance. It's the best draw that he's had in quite some time. He's got a fantastic record from box 1, so he is ticking a fair few boxes, is number 1. Opawa Token. Number 5, Speedy Fate. She's a dog which can show good early pace. Is paying $5.50 fixed, $8.40 and $2.40 on the tote. Was a winner here 3 starts ago in C2 company, and did show good pace, early pace last start, and then was galloped on late. Ended up finishing 7th and behind it, Mr. Jimmy. It's number 1, Opawa Token, that we're going to take a look at here. When he finished 2nd at Manawatu last start on Monday, he drew box 7 that day in the Black Rug.
Smirnoff gets away fairly well. It's a doll, shows up early, and so too Regina Harker. Here's Alamain Duke up and around the outside, gets into a nice spot. Going forward too, there would have been Opawa Token. Dasher Rum is midfield today. Smirnoff's got back on the inside of Crushed Monkey. Regina Harker goes back to last. Alamain Duke goes to the lead. Opawa Token, the danger on the inside. Further back in the race then to another Colt's run to 3rd from It's a Doll. Alamain Duke sees it through from Opawa Token, another Colt. Gaps back then to It's a Doll.
He wasn't far away at all that day, Opawa Token. The way that he raced, it seemed as though he wanted the inside, so box 1 really seemed as though it will literally be right up his alley today. 320 fixed, 360 money back on the tote, and there is Opawa Token heading the field out there 2.5 minutes away here from the 4th. In terms of the other runners here, you've got number 8 Magic Arrow lining up for Matt Roberts, is paying $7.50 fixed, $9.50 and $3.30 on the tote. He was 6th last start. Look, that was in behind Kiltune, and prior to that had 3 wins in a row. Aside from that last start, 6th and behind Kiltune, probably this is his toughest test to date. Box 8 record not great, but is capable of placing in a field like this. $7.50 fixed, $9.50, $3.30 on the tote. And Alpinador, she's really proven over the longer distances. Finished 6th last start and behind Cool Pursuit, and that was in a heat of the Group 2 a couple of weeks ago here. Alpinador lining up for Deb Edlin, but she's also capable of filling a placing here. $14 in final field, $13 and $2.30 on the tote. In the end, I went with Opawa Token on top. I went 1 on top to beat 5, 7 and 8. But it is number 7 Trident, which is the favourite, and Mark Rosanowski is also your top pick for the race here.
It is, Elizabeth. I think it's picked on quite a nice field to make its debut here for local trainer Nathan Udy. It's raced by David Scott for Davy Boy. Trident's 4 wins coming over 520 metres at Albion Park in Brisbane. He won 3 in a row in March. Best time over there of 30.21. Off the inside, Opawa Token, agree with what you say there, Elizabeth. Box number 1, certainly a benefit for this dog. Stephen Marr trained 3 winners on Wednesday. Actually trained 3 in a row. It's the first time that he has trained 3 in a row. He has trained 3 in a day on 2 other occasions. He was a touch concerned about Opawa Token at the trip tonight. Just thought that he might have been able to pick up Alamein Duke on the Monday over the sprint trip, but Alamein Duke is strong at the 375 metres. Opawa Token hasn't tried the 520 metres since May, and then it won a sprint a week later. Its slickest win as from its previous races. Did win a Class 2 race 2 starts back, though, just the way nominations and races worked out. He then lined up at a Class 1 final field behind Kiltune on a wet, miserable day here. And the 6-imer catch, always a place chance this type of field. Field to the traps here for the Liquorland Wagadui Class 2s and 3s, 520 metres. Opawa Token lines them up. Box 1, box 3 is vacant with a late scratching Gold Rug. Speedy Feet for club president Kevin Benson. Black Rug for Trident, first start New Zealand. Opawa Token 330 favourite, 340 about Trident. Second line here, Queen Cobra, Alpinador, the 2 Class 2s in the race. Green Rug for Ima Catch, and the outside Magic Arrow. First leg of a new treble getting underway here. All clear through, round comes the bunny, about set to break here in the 4th, nearly there. And racing, Opawa Token bounded beautifully the inside. Speedy Feet showing good speed, and so too Queen Cobra. Magic Arrow around the outside. Trident cuts to the rail, cuts to the inside, drives to the lead. Trident in front, a length and a half here. Giving chases Magic Arrow right on this leader's tail. Threading back to Queen Cobra. Opawa Token is 4th. Gaps back then to Ima Catch, is followed back in the Magic Arrow. Opawa Token dive through to 2nd and Trident 3rd. That'd be followed across then by Alpinador, Ima Catch, Speedy Feet, and Queen Cobra dropped out to last. Magic Arrow. Matt Roberts to the 4 in race 4. Opawa Token dived late, and Trident. Elizabeth showed beautiful track sense to that first bend, but unfortunately got run down in the straight. Off to Tamworth, Russell, meeting code 6, race 7.
Yeah, that's right, Rozzo, and, well, Magic Arrow always lurking there, wasn't he? And the import just blowing out late in the piece, and Magic Arrow was there to pounce and absolutely did. Yeah, 2 remaining from Tamworth, race number 7, meeting code number 6, over 1,400 metres, Class 3 handicap, and they are moving in quite nicely. The 2 horses, the favourite here at 220 fixed, 290. It's option 617 if you're going fixed win here at Tamworth. The 2 is the favourite, a winner just a couple starts ago, and then 3rd at Warwick Farm last time. Last start winner, number 4, One More Night. The win was at Tamworth. That was its only run where we are today, so 1 from 1. And the 1 horse for Dale Spriggs and Chris Elise of Broadmeadow campaign, but on the back of that nice run to place and only be about half a length away. It is well supported this afternoon. So that's what's happening, Tamworth. If you're quickly looking at it, quickly getting your bets on. Race number 7, meeting code number 6. The fourth favourite is in double figures, $12 or $14 for the 11, but it was a nice placing last time. Maybe this just a touch more difficult, but the best run from it in some time. So it looks like we're close to going.
Blue light to turn. Starter, I don't know, he's coming back here where there's something, a bit of a problem here. There's a couple of the attendants up into the barrier stalls. Yeah, we're just waiting on this word coming through to the stewards here about one of the runners. That's Havelock Express, the one that Jeff Snowden's to ride. Now we've got a late scratching of number 12, Havelock Express, at 4.16. So Havelock Express taken out at 4.16. There's a late scratching. Havelock Express, the late scratching, it's out of the stalls. Here's the starter coming back around front once again. And we're just about to set the jump. Chrysalis runs the favour. There's the red light. They're set. Ready to go. They're off now. Wasn't a bad line at all. Cylinder and Slade Amigos began well. Away well too is One More Night, and Chrysalis has gone settle just off the speed on settling from Jess Mambu. Then Speed Queen. They were followed then by 2 lengths to Dixie Mist, then Summer Come Sadie. 3 parts a length to Starter, a length to New Player, about 4 Northern Mark at the tail of the field. Up to the 1,000 metre they go, and El Cylinder found the lead by a half length now to One More Night. Third spot is Slade Amigos, Just Mambu getting up on the inside. Close up there now is Speed Queen. They're followed then by Summer Come Sadie. Chrysalis has lost its ground a bit, it's back to midfield. Followed then by Dixie Miss. They're followed further back then by a Starter around the outside. A length to New Player and 2 lengths Northern Mark at the tail. They're inside 600 to go, and El Cylinder led the way by 3 parts a length to One More Night. Going up is Slade Amigos on the outside. Just Mambu is 4th on the inside. Now Chrysalis is starting to improve. Around the outside of Speed Queen, then New Player as they straighten up from Summer Come Sadie, Estate and Northern Mark and Dixie Miss. It's El Cylinder in front, running up to the last 200 metre mark now from Just Mambu. One More Night and then Speed Queen, and wide out as Chrysalis, but it's still El Cylinder the leader. Coming at it as One More Night and Just Mambu. Dixie Miss getting up on the inside, but El Cylinder is too good and beat Dixie Miss. Now it's tight for third between Speed Queen and Just Mambu. Out wide then was Chrysalis, followed then by Summer Come Sadie, New Player, One More Night. Then came Northern Mark, Slade Amigos, and a Starter as one of the tail enders. El Cylinder will get the money here. Number 6, written by Jason Watkins, will pay $13 and $3.30. Now, anybody's guess what's run second and third here. There's quite a few of them in it for the minors. But El Cylinder, Jason Watkins, $13 and $3.30 is the winner. Gee, a good display here, getting to the front, and has held off all Tamworth and ridden by Jason Watkins. It's been due for a change of luck. El Cylinder had finished second here at Tamworth in early August behind Michelle's Gift. Michelle's Gift made that form look good here this afternoon. It won 2 in a row, and before that was 5th at Grafton. Right, here's the placings coming up. 8 has run second, and that here's Dixie Miss. 8 Dixie Miss, ridden by Ray Spokes, has run second, and third placing has gone to 1 Speed Queen.
So they're race number 7 from Tamworth, and the 8th race shortly after race number 2 from Alexandra Park, and it is now time to get going with the Franklin meeting there in Auckland. And we get going with the pick 6 for 40,000, a trial winner.
Has been, and well bred Russell too, out of the Charlie Roberts family. Of course, Charlie named last week as Breeder of the Year, an outstanding contribution award at the Harness Racing Awards dinner. His breed has been the predominant breed in this country for the last 2 years. Adore Me, Christen Me, Splendour, plenty of other horses. So when you see this breed at the moment, particularly the ones by Bettor's Delight, you start thinking to yourself, this one must have some ability. Tony doesn't tend to bring them to the races until they're ready to go, as we mentioned before, for those who missed our 6 o'clock cross. Spoke to Tony about it. He said, look, she's no star just yet. Typical Bettor's Delight. She'll improve the more she gets off the property, but he did think she could win this. I wouldn't take much shorter than around that 2.7 mark you're seeing on the fixed odds now. 3.1 on the tote, but there's only 5,000 in the win pool, so you would think that is going to come down. Even little bunch this. Bit of form here. I thought the 2, Linda Mack, who's had a bit of a break between races, wasn't too bad on debut here. Finished in 4th behind a pretty nice type of a horse last month, in She Don't Love Me, who's subsequently gone on and finished 2nd in a nice C1 field, or a nice maiden C1 mix field. So James Stormont's team had a really nice back end to the season. As you can see her there on screen, she looks fit, and James tends to be aggressive early, so I would expect her to be pressing forward, and in a small field you don't see a lot of pressure. So she is the obvious danger, and you can see that on the tote. She's 380, 380 the tote and the book, whereas the fave's 260 the book, 310 the tote. She got parked and they ran really hard, and it's really hard when you're parked at Alexandra Park when they're going hard all the way. Thought tonight she might get tucked away a bit easier and have a more economical trip. So 5-2, probably the 2 on top, to be honest, but not much in it. 5-2, 4 are the top 3 here. Christy Maguire's got a chance. She was 3rd last time behind Cheers Kathy, but she was beaten an awfully long way, and Cheers Kathy is no star in the maiden grade. So I'm not thinking that Christy Maguire can easily get fooled into the form. You see 2 3s there. She's well bred. You sort of think, okay, might have some ability here, but I'm picking she's still a work in progress. So I think the 450 for Christy Maguire's a little bit of unders, to be honest. So I'll go the 2 on top. 2 over the 5, and the 4 only because it's the better value of the 2. On a chilly old night here at the park.
Yeah, very good evening to you, Mick. Good to have you along as well. And 2, 5, 4 and a 7 for me to open the night. Linda Mack, encouraging debut back in early July. James Stormont, the trainer-driver, comes up with barrier 2. From there is definitely a major player. The trial form around Walk of Fame. The Better's Delight filly has been good enough to see her a chance in the first 4 at Tony. Markle Beecher, I thought was a good second when last produced in behind Sparkling Collect, and 7 Christy Maguire to be covered in combination bets on those 2 third placings to open her career. But with you, Mick, I think it's between the 2 and the 5 in the first, but just slightly edging towards the 2, Linda Mack.
Thanks, Aaron. Looking forward to your call on the first. Of course, that pick 6 later tonight kicks off on race 4. So early kick-off for the pick 6. Let's try and get a shot of that. It is right on cue, number 9. What a wonderful looking little beast she is. Colour-coded. 3-year-old filly by American Ideal, who's having a really good last 18 months. But more importantly, out of Colour Me In. Hence, that's where the colour comes from. The Pembertons have been breeding these skew bulls for a while now. Colour Me In was also a optical illusion. But yeah, went down the stables and saw her. She's just a touch weak across the shoulder, I thought, but she wasn't too bad on debut, finishing 6th. And I thought, yeah, it wouldn't be the worst over some stage of the next 2 months picking up a maiden. Comes out a one on the second line here, and probably is going to end up back in the field in a race where I don't see much pressure. So maybe she'll be of aesthetic value tonight mainly. But yeah, wouldn't think she's the worst maiden floating around here in the north. Colour-coded at a Colour Me In. Harking back to the old days of the skew bulls here in harness racing in New Zealand. As you can see, they're scoring up for the first of the night. I'm sitting in tonight, or standing in, for Craig.
Thanks, Michael, with the runners in behind the Alabar arm as they work into the lane. First of 9 for the Franklin Trotting Club tonight. Vet Pro Equine Supplements Mobile Field sent on their journey with the green light flashing, and coming out strongly Markle Beecher with the favourite and debutante Walk of Fame. Back on the inside Ava Rose, then Linda Mack, 2 lengths away Colour Coded. Getting back is Christy Maguire and Light Gleam to be the last as they work on to the stables corner their first time tonight. And Walk of Fame, the Better's Delight filly, goes to the lead. Second favourite though wants a piece of the action. Linda Mack on the outside at the 1800, and Stormont will rein her to the lead. So second favourite Linda Mack takes over from the favourite Walk of Fame. 2 lengths Mark will beat you, then Ava Rose as they now settle in Indian File. Colour-coded back third last, Christy Maguire second last, and back last is Light Gleam. The lead time in 42.8, and Linda Mack, the Washington VC mare, on top as she works to the end of the back straight away by 2. Walk of Fame in the trail, and there followed Mark will beat you. 2.5 Ava Rose, 3 lengths Colour-coded, a length and a half back then to Christy Maguire, and still back last is Light Gleam as they sweep across the showgrounds turn and about to work into the lane in the Vet Pro Equine Supplements Mobile Same. Then Ava Rose, colour-coded, looking to come away from the inside. McKendry trying to flush her out now with Christy Maguire. Does the job as colour-coded comes forward. So Christy Maguire gets the nice drag into the race. She's now 1-1. Ava Rose second last, just pushing Light Gleam up 3 wide as they pace past the 900. Linda Mack, well, since she got the lead, she's had a pretty comfortable time there. 33.6 was the opening quarter. Colour-coded up on the outside, and then Walk of Fame, the second quarter, and 33.3. Up over on the outside, Christy Maguire 1-1, then Mark will beat you. Ava Rose and Light Gleam back at the tail as Linda Mack paces through the back. 600 left to go. Leads narrowly over Colour-coded. Walk of Fame's had a beautiful run in transit for Hurley. Then Christy Maguire 1-1. Mark will beat you. 3 back on the inside of Ava Rose and Light Gleam still back at the tail. Linda Mack with Colour-coded right there. 400 left to go. Third quarter and 28.9. Walk of Fame waits the passing lane. Then Christy Maguire. Mark will beat you. And up on the outside, Ava Rose. They sprint for home. Linda Mack, Colour-coded. Walk of Fame waiting the passing lane. It comes now. Then Christy Maguire. Colour-coded goes to the lead. Walk of Fame lengthens strongly into her hopples on the passing lane. Then Christy Maguire and Linda Mack. Walk of Fame. The Better's Delight filly on debut. Professional display. Gets it done nicely. Colour-coded, I think, will just get set. 28.4 the final quarter. Just a sprint home. Yet another individual winner for this wonderful siren, Better's Delight. Charlie Roberts, the owner. Tony Hurley, the trainer driver, secured the early lead. Trailed Linda Mack, got the passing lane, and she's lengthened into her hopples very nicely indeed. Comes away from the front of these maidens strongly. Colour-coded, good tough run. I think will just hold second from Christy Maguire, who had her back in the 1-1. And then a further photo for a fourth between Linda Mack and Mark will beat you. Pretty close on the line there for second. I think Colour-coded might just get it though. And very tight there for the fourth placing as well. No doubts about the winner. Nice filly, Walk of Fame.
Placings in race 1, the Vet Pro Equine Supplements Mobile Pace, subject to a very close photo for second and third and another photo for fourth and fifth. 5 the winner, and then a very close photo 9-7 or 7-9 and then 4-2.
Five Walk of Fame. It's the call from Judge Graham McLennan as he peruses the photo for second and also fourth placings there. Walk of Fame comes back at the head of the field, raised by breeder Charlie Roberts. Better's Delight in Hollywood, 3-year-old bay filly on debut, and gets the job done nicely for the Mitavite sponsored reinsman. Tony Hurley with the Mitavite black bike back into the winner's circle here at Alexandra Park after the Vet Pro Equine Supplements Mobile Pace. Paulette Screen down there with the Franklin Trotting Club in attendance with the victory celebrations.
Official placings now. Horse 5, Walk of Fame, pace the 2200 metres and 247.31. It's a mile rate of 22.4. Last 857.4, the 428.4. The margin's 2 lengths, the nose 3/4 of a length. 597.421, race 1, the Vet Pro Equine Supplements Mobile Pace.
In for second, 9 colour-coded, American Ideal, skewbald 3-year-old filly out of Calamayin for the Splash Out Syndicate. Matthew Pemberton prepared at Patamahoe, Scott Phelan and Morris McKendry. 5 Walk of Fame at $2.21.70, $2.21.70, 9 colour-coded, $4.80, $4.80. 7 Christy Maguire, no third dividend. Quinella $31.50, $31.50. Trifecta $141.30, $141.30. The first 4 $544.50, $544.50.
The 8.20. So Spectral Black clearly best backed. All set, and they're off. And Spencer Street last away very quickly out as Winter Solace looking for the front. Tennessee Lad, Captivating Lady, the rail, and wide out Sons of God going very fast. Corriace just behind those from Glow Torch. Wayne's Command on the improve. Then Spencer Street getting back Coronation Benny, Spectral Black between it, and on the outside Imminent Domain. Down the side 800 out. Sons of God hurtling along in front of Winter Solace by a length. Captivating Lady up against the plastic, moving up out wider is Tennessee Lad. Wayne's Command out very deep, a length and a half. Corriace, Glow Torch, Spencer Street starting to trek up behind them, getting cover and running into it. They were followed by Imminent Domain, Spectral Black in between runners second, last Coronation Benny on the rail. Before the bend, Sons of God front runner, Tennessee Lad giving pursuit the outside. Wayne's Command, Spencer Street looming up. They were followed by Glow Torch and then Imminent Domain around the bend. Sons of God in front, going after it. Tennessee Lad collars it at the 250. Spencer Street starting to zero in on the outside, coming home resolutely. Then Glow Torch. It's Tennessee Lad in front. Spencer Street trying his darndest, but he can't get there. Tennessee Lad's pulling out plenty of bulk. In front, Tennessee Lad, and he's back to his best today. Beat Spencer Street and Glow Torch. Coronation Benny, Imminent Domain, fourth a photo. Then came Wayne's Command. Sons of God ran a cheeky race. Captivating Lady well back with Winter Solace. Corriace beaten at the 800, and Spectral Black.
As we said in the preview, he just didn't fire last start. It was the first time he'd ever been beaten on a heavy track. Sometimes you just got to dismiss it. Spencer Street loomed up to win the race, didn't he, as they came around the home turn. But, gee, dug in for the fight, Tennessee Lad, and very fit and clearly liking this going. He's been able to stave off Spencer Street. I don't think he'll lose any fans, Spencer Street. If you're on him today, you might be a bit disappointed, but he was coming from the synthetic to a heavy 8 and just found one a bit stronger than him on the day going through this going.
Thank you, Shane. We'll leave you there and head to Wanganui for the next race, number 5, and we're back with Elizabeth. And Liz, up into the open class for the first time here.
Yeah, and some really good open class sprinters lining up in this race, Russell. Number 2, Boston Blaze is the favourite for the Freeman Turnwood combination, 281.25 fixed, 250 money back on the tote. There's support also for number 1, Inazuma. He's nearly 5 years old, but he's still going really good races. Is paying 321.25 fixed, 790 money back on the tote. Number 8, Sweet Lies, I think drawn out wide should suit her, paying 421.40 fixed, 410 and $2.50 on the tote. And Narahoe also a chance, being drawn close to the rails does suit this dog. Was second last start. That was a really good run here last Friday night and behind Stellar Force and wasn't beaten by much that day. Number 6, Botany Jessie is a scratching and really unfortunate that the McInerney dogs couldn't make it across in the ferry earlier on today. But Boston Blaze, $2.80 on final field. Now, interestingly, Neil Davis and David Archibald of Form Pro Ratings have actually bought this dog, and they're both here on track and they're taking part in the Punter of the Year competition. I caught up with them earlier on actually, and they did say, you know, they've done the ratings, they've done the speed map, and they think that he is a really big chance here with his early speed, Boston Blaze. So straight from the owner's mouths there and of that really good website, Form Pro Ratings. There's the result from race number 7 in Victoria. Number 3, Tennessee Lad, pays $6 and $2.10. Number 10, Spencer Street, $1.50, and 7, Glow Torch, $2.60. Quinella 3 with 10 pays $9.40. Trifecta 3, 10 and 7, $163.50. And the first 4, 3, 10, 7 and 9 pays $661.20. That was meeting code 7, race number 7. Dogs making their way around to the start here. Boston Blaze, I think $2.80 is actually quite good money about this dog. It is a strong field that he gets here, but $2.80 fixed. If he jumps in front, I think he'll be pretty hard to run down. $2.40 and money back on the tote. And number 1, Inazuma, third last start and behind Stellar Force. $3.20 final field, $7.20 and money back on the tote. So just over 2 minutes away here from race number 5. Mark, what have you got on top here?
Elizabeth, I went with Boston Blaze, went back and watched that race again from last week this morning. Instantly, last week I just thought it was a pretty average run from Boston Blaze. In the call I said it was tangled up in traffic. It really just got outside of Narahoe, and Narahoe went a little bit wide, just flicked in front of Boston Blaze. There was no severe contact or anything like that, but I thought it was probably just enough to put him off. He's got Narahoe on his outside today. So I thought Boston Blaze, if we go back to the second 3/4 of a length off Exponential Lily, who's now won 5 straight, it's pretty solid form. And good luck to Neil and David with Boston Blaze here. Number 8, Sweet Lies, another runner for Paul Freeman, Angela Turnwood. She's in the right spot for her. Box 8 has been her place. And last time out here, back on August the 1st, a fortnight back, she shifted out the bend and tangled with other runners. She won a Class 4 race 6 starts back. She's been competitive at Class 5 level. She's certainly not at the top of the Class 5 ranks. But she was second to Exponential Lily off this draw. 3 starts back, beaten a length and a half, and that's good form for this race, Paul, with Sweet Lies out there. Inazuma off the inside is nearly 5 years old, this dog, and he keeps racing well. He won a Class 4 from this alley back on April the 21st. That was his last win, but he's been very competitive at the top level. A very good record from Box 1. Did have Box 1 a fortnight ago, they were in 4th, but certainly a place chance here. Narahoe ran a good race last week, getting him within a neck of Stellar Force, who's jumping and running every single time to the races at the moment. Number 4, Death Star, has got a super record from Box 4. And coming through the grades, it's been a good box for her, winning 4 from 7 there. Up in Class 5 now, it's a bit tougher, but did run second to kennelmate and littermate of Varga Frost last time out at Manawatu. Vicky's Quest up 0.8. She weighs in 28.7 tonight. Her last win came at 28.3. Almost got it. Gets a spare box on his inside. His win 3 back was at Manawatu. Vicky's Quest got good early speed as a rule, but she hasn't been showing it of late, so hopefully she can find it tonight for Lana Yudi with no dog on her outside. She does get a little bit of room at least to move in the early stages. If you missed the scene set tonight with Elizabeth and I, black armbands tonight, which are actually hard to pick up against the black jackets for trainer Ron Hunt. Rocky, we knew him as, who passed away yesterday at the age of 77. Ron's funeral on Monday at 11 o'clock here in Wanganui. Our thoughts with Ron's family, Ron Hunt. Rocky dying yesterday. Pella Mountain Scientific Nutrition Class 5 in Azuma, Narahoy, Vicky's Quest almost got it. Second line, Boston Blaze, Death Star, box 6 vacant, and Sweet Lies the outside. Boston Blaze at 3:30. Last one down is Sweet Lies, the green light on. Lure rolls, round it comes, set to break. Racing now in Azuma, hopped out well the inside. Boston Blaze blows through to the lead there with Vicky's Quest. That'd be followed up and around the outside then by Almost Got It. Sweet Lies trying to sweep around the outside. Further back in the race to Narahoy, Death Star in Azuma back to last tonight. Around the corner comes Boston Blaze out by several. Giving chase here is Almost Got It, and further back Vicky's Quest. Boston Blaze Almost Got It, Vicky's Quest. That'd be followed over then by Narahoy and Sweet Lies. And the last pair there, we've got Death Star and Inazuma. Neil Davis just down below here, and very excited about the performance of Boston Blaze, the greyhound I've just bought, as Elizabeth explained prior to the start there, and didn't see him initially, and then bang, he just exploded to the lead, and he's run away for a very good victory for Neil Davis and David Archibald. Put lengths on Vicky's Quest, who jumped tonight, and she can go hard early. It'd be a pretty good sectional from Boston Blaze to establish that lead. Almost Got It getting to second. Vicky's Quest ties down third, and then tight for fourth between Narahoy and Sweet Lies over on the outside. And the time will be interesting here. Boston Blaze, previous best of 17:49. Now 1:11 from 23. It's a very good strike rate. We'll have a look at the head-on shot here. Initially, just an okay jump and brushed with the 3, and then just exploded to the lead. Accelerated clear going into that first bend and just put the race to bed. Inazuma very awkward into that first bend and just tangling there with Narahoy at that point. Uses up a bit of the track in the straight, does Boston Blaze, but does the job nicely. And Elizabeth, the dog by Al Grim Senior out of I'm Just Falling. Blue Dog now raced by Neil Davis and David Archibald, and they'll have a very good night tonight, and it could boost them too in the Wanganui Punters Club. Don't have the official result yet, so we'll hand back to you and look forward to race number 6 at 7:07.
Yeah, that was a really good win there by Boston Blaze, and he has pinged away and he's done the job. So big congratulations to Neil Davis and David Archibald. I know it's Neil's first time to hat-trick tonight, so I'm really glad that it is a winning visit for him there with Boston Blaze. Too good there in race number 5 for Paul Freeman and Angela Turnwald. It's beaten home number 7, Almost Got It. Now, if that dog had won, it would have been half-price drinks inside there in the bar at hat-trick. And number 5, Vicky's Quest, has gone a really bold race there. It'll be the third of them across the line. Well, number 2, Boston Blaze, I said I'd be happy with the $2.80, but he's actually drifted on the tote. You've got really good money if you have backed Boston Blaze. He's paid $4.20 and $1.30. Number 7, Almost Got It, $3.05. Vicky's Quest, $3.30. Quinella 2 with 7, 22.10. Trifecta 275, $319.40 in the first 4, 275 and 8, $1,216.10. That has wrapped the first of the quaddies here today. 2, 5, 8 and 2 has paid $184.80. Race number 6 here gets underway at 7 minutes past 7 o'clock, and we'll be back again with you just before that.
Excellent, Liz. Look forward to it. We've got Gus and Wild as Angels looking the 2 favourites. $2.50 for Gus from box number 8, and Wild as Angels $2.80 from box number 3. Race 2 up next, but Mick, have there been any big market moves so far?
Yeah, thanks, Russell. Some big bets recorded a bit earlier today too. I'll get through those now because we've had the Drivers' Challenge where Tony Hurley's been hit, and hit well. He's in from $2.60 to $1.80, so somebody was smart to $3. $5,000 on that one. So a nice early pick 6 nod there for Tango's Delight, who's been racing in better grades. And Rip Roaring in race 3, it's moved him from $6.50 to around $3, $4,000 on at $6.50. So the big movers, Tony Hurley in the Drivers' Challenge, Rip Roaring in race 3, and Tango's Delight in race 6. Just want to get those early for you, so if you are betting into exotic bets or all-ups, you know what has been punted so far. There's the Streamline Freight Drivers' Challenge. Todd McFarland opened 240. Missed a place in the first. He's at the 450. Tony Hurley 260 to $1.60 now. Was $1.80, now $1.60 after winning the first. Todd Mitchell out to $7 and Maury Mack at $4.50 after a placing in the first. Any other individual driver out to sevens after it. If you're not on, bad luck. Okay, this is 2,200 metres from the standing start for the trotters. A maiden trot with the C1 horses off the 30 metres, and traditionally in this grade the 30 metre horses beat the maidens because the discrepancy between maidens and the 30 metre horses is quite large, and by the time the maidens muck around, these C1 horses will be on their back very quickly, so the 30 metre disadvantage at the start very quickly becomes just 10 or 15 metres. But in saying that, this is not a strong bunch of C1 horses. I think I've got one for us here, punters. You'll need to be patient because it's a very good chance No Ordinary Sun could gallop. It's a little bit nutty, typical Big Sundom, but it's $14, so we can play into that. It's not going to need a lot of money on No Ordinary Sun number 8 to get a decent return. So if you're sort of having your 5 each way, you're not so sure, that's the one that's got the chance, but the proviso is the manners. Talking about the favourites, number 6 Tarn has been racing in a far better grade, does have pretty good manners, she steps away, does things right. Second 2 starts ago to Djokovic, who would eat these alive. 4th last time behind Airwell Pegasus. So in the right race, went down and saw Todd McFarland, co-trainer and driver. He said, look, yeah, tonight's her race. 2,200 suits, she'll get things right, and therefore she's a deserved favourite. 380 the book, that's about as short as you'd want to take for a horse who's won 2 of 25. The money today has been for number 1, Creamy. Backed in from $10 to $5.50 now. Spoke to Josh Dickey, the co-trainer. Now they have 2 in the race, him and his father John. He said that Creamy is the better chance. He's driving Queen D, number 3, because she's having her first start and he wants to educate her. So he definitely said 1, Creamy the better chance, backed in from 10s to 5. He thought if she steps away with only... Spoke to Sean McCaffrey, he said 2 weeks ago on a workout, decent enough horse, wasn't raving about it, but he gave it a chance. The mare who is well bred and one would suggest maybe heading toward the broodmare paddock at some stage, could well be her last campaign. So we'll go for Tarn on top, but with no great conviction. I do think the each-way value for number 8, No Ordinary Sun, is backable even...
Creamy, San Diego Love and Queen D off the front tape and from 30 metres behind the remainder as they come forward now. Tuakau Cosby gallop, as to the debutante Queen D. San Diego Love and Creamy, the 2 maidens off the front tape, make good beginnings. Kip Kano's up to 3rd. There followed Tarn, No Ordinary Sun, getting around runners Getaway Doug as they work on to the stables corner. To Coca Breeze on the inside, then Amy's Invasion. Off stride there was Sastry, then I've Got Rhythm. Back in the field now we have Queen D, and back with that Springfield Legacy. 1,800 metres left to trot, and through to leaders. Creamy leads by 2, Kip Kano, San Diego Love trailing. Currently in the 1-1 is Tarn as they trot up into the back, then to Coca Breeze on the inside, a length away to No Ordinary Sun. Amy's Invasion trotting on the inside of Getaway Doug, and then I've Got Rhythm, who just rolls into a gallop on the back end of the group there, and then there'd be 8 to 10 lengths further afield to Sastry and a dozen lengths away to the other pair, those being Queen D and Springfield Legacy. 50.4 was the lead time as they sweep across the showgrounds turn, and Creamy the leader. Tony Hurley looking for the first 2 races on the program tonight. Kip Kano's up on the outside parked, and San Diego Love gets that lovely run in the trail for Royden Downey. Tarn the 1-1. To Coca Breeze 3 back on the inside. No Ordinary Sun and Jimmy Stormont has the back of the favourite Tarn, 3 back in the running line. Then Amy's Invasion on the inside. Getaway Doug and Sastry still a dozen lengths away then to Queen D, Springfield Legacy, and I've Got Rhythm. 31 and 9 was the opening quarter of the Tuakau Cosy Racing section trot, and Creamy, the daughter of Monkey Bones, works them into their final circuit over Kip Kano. San Diego Love in the trail and Tarn 1-1. Then Tacoca Breeze, No Ordinary Sun, back over on the inside, Amy's Invasion. They're followed by Getaway Doug Sastry. And catching the main pack as they work up into the back, I've Got Rhythm. Back there too is Queen D. And back last is Springfield Legacy. The second quarter not right on the board as they work on down the back, and it's Creamy leading by a length. Kip Kano. San Diego Love's enjoyed a beautiful run in the trail, and Tarn, the same could be said in the 1-1. Then Tacoca Breeze, No Ordinary Sun, Amy's Invasion, pocketed away on the inside as Getaway Doug looks to run into the race. They're followed by Sastry, and I've Got Rhythm. Creamy, 400 to go, leads 3 quarters. On the outside, Kip Kano. Tarn springs out of the 1-1, then San Diego Love, Tacoca Breeze, No Ordinary Sun as they flatten for the run home. Creamy by a length, Kip Kano. San Diego Love for the passing lane. Tarn down the outside, then Tacoca Breeze. It's Creamy in front. San Diego Love lengthens on the passing lane, and Tarn down the outside. It's Creamy in front. Creamy with San Diego Love. Creamy Hurley, he gets the first 2. Creamy a nice win. Second San Diego Love, and third over Tarn. They were followed by Getaway Doug and Tacoca Breeze in a photo for 4th. Then Amy's Invasion, Kip Kano, Sastry. Queen D back in the field with I've Got Rhythm. No Ordinary Sun was back, as to Springfield Legacy, 257.4. Hurley. Tony gets the first 2 on the program tonight, dictated off the front. San Diego Love tried hard in the trail. It'll just get second over Tarn. And then there's a photo for 4th. Tacoca Breeze looks like it'll just get that over Getaway Doug.
Official placings, race 2, the Tuakau Kosi Racing Section Handicap Trot. 1, 2, 6, 4, 12, 11. 1, 2, 6, 4, 12, 11. Horse 1, Creamy, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand and 257.41. Mile rate of 29.7. Last 859.7, the 429.3. The margins 1 length, the neck 1 3/4 lengths. 1, 2, 6, 4, 12, 11. Race 2, the Tuakau Kosi Racing Section Handicap Trot.
W.J. Jeffries and V.F. Jeffries. John and Joshua Dickey trained at Clevedon, and the Iceman Tony Hurley takes the first 2 on the program tonight. Leanne Smith down there to be part of the victory celebrations from the Tuakau Kosi Racing Section, along with Graham Moore for the Franklin Trotting Club. Creamy, the daughter of Monkey Bones, bred by D.M. Brown. 2, San Diego Love for second. The Love You Bay 5-year-old mare out of San Invasion, raced by E.H. and R.C. Downey. Yes, Inwood, along with N.F. McFarlane and Mrs. L.M. McFarlane. Todd McFarlane, Craig Sharp, trained at Patamahoe. Todd McFarlane. 1, Creamy, $6.50 and $2. $6.50 and $2. 2, San Diego Love at $4.30, $4.30. 6, Tarn at $1.70, $1.70. Quinella $34.90, $34.90. Trifecta $343.60, $343.60. And the first 4, $2,457.40, $2,457.40. A carry.
11, the 5-year-old for Mark Mason of Tamworth and Robert Thompson's the Starlight Dynasty. This holds off, well, a bit of a pack and behind, looking for the minor money. But the mare by 5 Dynasties out of a red anchor mare gets the job done quite nicely there. The 9 Starlight Dynasty wins race number 8, the last one there from Tamworth. Still have one to come from over there in Victoria, and that the 140 for number 8 Gus, the last start hat-trick winner. Wild as Angels there, number 3, and no one in box number 4, so extra room for it, $2.80, 120. It's 170 tote favourite. That's our next race here, trackside 1. Hope your Friday night's going really nicely. We have the second, and she's, well, looked to have come back nicely for this preparation. And a fresh state wins at $6.50 and $2. Creamy out of their Sundon mare. San Diego Love at $4.30 and number 6 Tarn at $1.70. So the Cornella $34.90. Trifecta $343.60. In the first 4, 1, 2, 6 and 4, 2,000. $2,000 forward in the first 4 pull to inflate that. We're getting tested for the next one, race number 6, again open grade for this, Liz, as we're back now with you.
Thanks so much for that, Russell. Late scratching here of the 4 Iona Haka. Number 8 Gus is the bookies' favourite, paying $2.40 and $1.15 on final field. $2.20 money back on the tote. Number 3 Wilders Angels, also with support here, is paying $2.80, $1.20 fixed, $2, $1.90 the tote, so very short on the tote. And number 1 Big Rabbit, I thought was a big chance here from box 1 today, is paying $4.80, $1.50 final field. $12 and $2 on the tote. Now, just had a message through from Brendan Burns, the bookmaker, and he has said that all money is suggesting that Gus will be hard to beat in this race. So thanks to Brendan for sending that through. That's the message. All money suggesting that Gus will be hard to beat in the next. Is paying $2.40 final field, $2.30 money back on the tote. He's really flying at the moment and scored last Friday night here, beat home Call Me Ralph, and was pretty impressive on that occasion, looking to make it back-to-back wins. Slight query for me, 3 goes from box 8 for 3 misses so far for number 8 Gus. There's number 7 Glen Addis getting pretty worked up there. It's always quite good to see though. She's nearly 5 years old now. Number 1 B Rabbit though does look like a chance here from box 1. He can show good early pace on occasion. $12, $2 the tote. If that kind of money holds up, is really good value about this dog. We're going to check out his last start run for 5th on Monday. Drew box 4 in the blue rug.
Much. Here's Bev's Viewpoint around the outside, accelerates to the lead. Bev's Viewpoint now from Stella Force and Big Jamesy. They'll be followed through by Winfield Black. Behind them then to B Rabbit. Further back in the race then to Corborn Queen. Well back here, Magic Bolton Enhancer. Up comes Bev's Viewpoint, comfortably clear from Stella Force. Bev's Viewpoint is Stella Force. Spit it out, Rosso. Third over there would have been Big Jamesy, and right beside that was Winfield Black, win a good race. They'd be followed back.
He didn't get much luck that day, did B Rabbit, when 5th and behind Bev's Viewpoint. Drew box 4. Lately, draws just haven't really been suitable for this dog, but from box 1 today, he will get his chance. At number 3 is Wild as Angels, 280 fixed, 240 race. So he's also a really talented greyhound. Number 3 Wild as Angels, 280 fixed, $272 on the tote. Here's the result from the 8th at New South Wales. Number 9 Starlight Dynasty, 510, 190. Number 12 Go Lego, 1880, and 7 Magic Poet, $4.40. Quinella trifecta first 4, double 6 and 9, $49.80. Concession 6 with 12, $405.90, and the treble 9, 6 and 9, $765.60. Quaddy 5, 9, 6, 9, $3,643.20. So that was meaning code 6, race number 8. Mark Rosanowski, as we come to you, I see that you've gone with the 3 Wild as Angels on top here.
It tossed up long and hard, Elizabeth, between Wild as Angels and Gus. I thought Gus was exceptional last week in his 1740 best of the night win. Now that there's been a late scratching of the 4, I think that will help Wild as Angels. He hasn't jumped quite as well the last 2, and I think the spear box will help him. He has done a lot for a young dog, though. He's won 12 from 23, but he hasn't missed too many meetings. So, look, hopefully he's still good for one of his best performances tonight, and that would take him obviously very close in this. Gus, very good last week in a 1740. His second phase acceleration was excellent. Call Me Ralph jumped in front of him, but he just blew on by. Now, he has had 3 runs from box 8 for 3 misses. I'm not too alarmed about that. They've all been in Australia at Lithgow, Richmond and Wentworth Park, the Wenty race over 520 metres. So I'm prepared to look past that for now. He's had 2 runs from box 7 in New Zealand, both at Cambridge. With you that the inside draw is good for B Rabbit, and he should be a player in here. Ruapehu off box number 2 ran a good race at big odds last week behind Exponential Lillian, Dick Corborn Queen, 2 very good sprinters. Quite prepared to look past the Manukau miss on Sunday. Had the inside draw, but wasn't able to use it in behind the brilliant Bright Star. And thereafter, Opawa's sister, box number 5, ran 3rd last week behind Gus and Call Me Ralph. Got a few links to make up on Gus. Hasn't won at Class 5 level, Opawa's sister, but she has been competitive. Choc Dialis is down 0.8 of a kilo, weighs in at 30 kilos. She has won at 30.2. Her recent wins have been 30.9. Glen Addis, she's nearly a veteran now off box number 7. She ran a good race, second up. 5 starts back, but she hasn't been able to replicate that. Crombie Lockwood Limited Class 5 going to the Tramps and B Rabbit in box 1, followed down by Wild as Angels, Opawa's sister and Glen Addis. Second line, Ruapehu in the black and white. Box 4 is vacant with the late scratching. Choc Dialis the green and Gus the outside. Gus the favourite, $1.30. $1.30 for Gus. The outside round comes the Buddy. We'll watch him hop. Just about set to break, nearly there. And racing, Gus just a break only. Ruapehu blows to the lead from Choc Dialis. Gus around the outside, B Rabbit the inside. Here comes Wild as Angels trying to burst between runners. They'll be followed back in the piece then by Opawa's sister. Glen Addis is back as they swing up towards the corner. Ruapehu in front, Gus down the outside, and Wild as Angels through on the inside. Ruapehu scores very tight second and third. Wild as Angels or Gus gaps back. The others followed over there by Opawa's sister. B Rabbit back in behind them. Choc Dialis and Glen Addis is the last to lick the lure. Ruapehu. And they have erupted below us, 1 or 2. Whether they're part of the punters club or just lucky casuals tonight. There's some high fives going on down below. Ruapehu just blew the lids. Stomped to the lead. Gus here, I thought, might be able to round him up. Just starts to really eat into this lead here, but he just wanders a wee bit round this bend, and Wild as Angels drove hard through the inside and made this photo for second very interesting. Ruapehu too strong. Second win tonight for Graham and Jen Clark. Tight second and third. Maybe the outside dog Gus. Wild as Angels will confirm with Jack Cooper shortly. And Opawa's sister into fourth, heading the second division. $1.70 ended up at the close. Gus, one heck of a go on him. He was moderately away. He was last week too. Ruapehu just got too big a jump on him. Then Gus really started to work into it. And Wild as Angels, he missed the start again, but he got through to the rail where he wants to be and started to power home. But in the straight, Ruapehu just too strong for the favoured pair and has delivered very nicely. Win 10 at start 35. We're still looking at that photo for second and third here at the moment. So we don't have an official result. Ruapehu by thrilling Louis out of his Eurosty. Lifestyle Syndicate race. Graham and Jen Clark train at Kaitiki National Park, a double for them tonight. Still nothing official here, Elizabeth. Oh, Jack's just starting to wander my way, so if we've got a few seconds, we'll wait for him to do that, and we can confirm, no doubt, the winner number 2. It is 2, 3, 8, then 5, 1, 6 and 7, 1744. Personal best for the dog, 10.39. 2 lengths by a nose by 5 1/4 lengths. Elizabeth Ruapehu, I do look forward to seeing these dogs run because they're out of a bitch that I shared in the ownership of Azure Osti. She made the Galaxy final. She was a good sprinter, and she's left a few fast boys too.
Yes, she really has. That litter's doing a really good job, and Ruapehu coming out and winning today at very good odds. Congratulations to the Clarks and the Lifestyle Syndicate, which own it. Was very tight there for second and third, but number 3 Wilders Angels will just get second. Number 8 Gus, he was absolutely crunched in late there and will finish in third position. He just wanted to go wide there. On the final turn. Number 2 Ruapehu, $12.42. Number 3 Wilders Angels, $140, and number 8 Gus, $130. Quinella 2 with 3 pays, $10.20. Trifecta 238, $75.80. First 4, 238 and 5, $434.20. That one there did wrap a double across races 5 and 6. Double 2 with 2, $15.70. Concession 2 with 3, $4.10. The treble 8, 2 and 2 pays $157.70. Race number 7 here gets underway at 7:35. That'll be the first leg of place 6, and we'll be back with you again before race 7.
Perfect, Liz. And what is it now? Looking for 6 straight. Yeah, Exponential Lily, the clear favourite at 170, looking to make it 6 straight for the Ahern team. 140 at this point on the totes. That's open class sprint action with Exponential Lily favourite. After this, we're off to Mornington.
Gambler 286, Jack and Len a short way home in the treble at 82, Classy Ambition 1827, Wine Collector 1466. Good luck with your investments in the Alabar Mobile Pace.
Last one from Mornington, wrapping up the quaddie. You need Love Me Long Time, number 1, Ellie Excite, and Tennessee Lad. So 1, 5 and 3 if you're still going in the quaddie. Wraps up on this one here, a 64 grade. Over 1,500 metres, number 11, Lily Dazzler, 360, 140, 410 and $2 is the favourite, the 11. And there's James Winks riding for Monica Croston of Cranbourne. But doing good work this preparation. Under a minute out from it, to Shane and Terry we go.
Race to win proceedings. I think the favourite's got a good chance, but I think it's very short at $3.80. Thought 3 points was the best horse Ruffy in the race. Plenty of $50 this morning if you shopped around with a few of the agencies. 15 into 13 blinkers go on, but there's a lot of chances. Really, really good race. So half the field is moved in, waiting on Chloe Star, Red Samurai, Riviera Riches, Awesome Goal, and also Mumbai to move in. So the last 5 to move in, going up Chloe Star. Lily Dazzler's had 2 runs in. She's 100% genuine. She can race handy if she needs. Riviera Riches has had a bit of specking. He's been a bit disappointing. 7 into 6. Red Samurai 850 into 7, well specced. Last few moving in. Lily Dazzler 390, 540 Mumbai, $8.20 Red Samurai, $10 for Number 14, Riviera Riches, $11 for Awesome Gold in a very open race. Lily Dazzler, $3.90 on track and tote. Set to run. All in, second of the showcases. And they're off. Lily Dazzler, second half of the field away. Liberty the Grey, slow to go at the start. And away very quickly is Red Samurai, spearing to the front. Chloe Star's about to rush across and join him. Ostinato on the fence is settling down third as they get fully into stride. They were followed by Fashion Wawa fourth, Mumbai wide out, 2 to Awesome Gold, Viva La Vida deep, Donachi the rail. Liberty the Grey, the blue jacket improving from Lily Dazzler, 3 points. And 2 lengths away, last of all, is Riviera Riches. Down the back, Red Samurai the leader. He's not breaking any records. He's a length in front. Second, Chloe Star. 1 away, Mumbai. 3 out. Ostinato the fence. Fashion Wawa. 3/4 of a length back in the centre. 1.5 to Viva La Vida. 1 away, Donachi the rail from Awesome Gold. Lily Dazzler 3 wide with a bit of cover there. They were followed by Liberty pulling out Riviera Riches, about to go up outside the favourite. And 3 points last. 5.50 out. Red Samurai in front. Clicked up now. Chloe Star a neck away. Mumbai wide out. 2 lengths. Fashion Wawa. Viva La Vida, Lily Dazzler, Riviera Riches deep out, continues to run on. Awesome Gold making ground, nothing else a chance. Mumbai 3 wide, hit the lead on the corner from Red Samurai. Lily Dazzler a length and a half away, starting to wind up, and Riviera Riches coming on strong. Awesome Gold looking for a run. Lily Dazzler at the 150 hit the front. Riviera Riches after it. Awesome Gold is about to run to third and come home. Riviera Riches, Lily Dazzler. Lily Dazzler fights. Riviera Riches lunges. Lily Dazzler wanted a nose. Lily Dazzler a nose. Riviera Riches in third. Awesome Gold and a tighty. They were followed close up by Mumbai, Chloe Star, Red Samurai, Viva La Vida, Donachi, Fashion Wawa and Ostinato, and Liberty a long last.
Yes, a very tight one indeed. It does seem that the 11 is the winner to the inside, of the one with the nose roll on, who just misses, it would seem. And if so, the quaddie would be about 1,200, but it's pretty tight. Michael Guerin brings us the coverage from Alexandra Park this evening, and Mick, race number 3.
Simon Lawson, Josh Dickey did a big job in the juniors ranks here in the north. When those sort of calibre of drivers leave, you do have a void to fill. Seen some good talent coming through. This is a new bunch though, so guys like Dylan working for Barry Purdon, so those guys who often drive against the older drivers do have a huge advantage, and Ben Butcher, who's on the favourite here, Rip Roaring, has also slotted in nicely to there, so no surprise that they are on 3 of the favourites in the next on the card. This one's over 2,700 metres. Now, often at the park, over 2,700, the marker pegs are a huge help because you're going around 5 bends. And for that reason, being in the running line costs you 1.5 lengths a bend. You lose 7.5 lengths being in the running line. So it doesn't always pan out that way. Challenge, they have all but put up the white flag down at Petone. Tony Hurley, open 260, bang bang, first 2 races, $1.25 for him now. So $1.25. Still, there has been a $1,000 bet on Todd Mitchell at $7. So someone had $1,000 on Todd at 7, even though he had no joy in the first 2. Tony's on 6, Wood and Downey won't be a factor later. He doesn't have enough drives. He's on 2. Scott Phelan's got a couple more to go, but both those under any other runner. Maury Max on 1 and Todd McFarlane on 1, so Tony looks to be home. Of course, the big boy's not playing in this one. Junior drivers on the track. Rip Roaring was heavily backed earlier today, $4,000 at around 6.5. Good here 2 starts ago, finished second behind Royal Taz, who races in the 5th. And then last time at Cambridge, got blocked late, came home pretty well. Will cop the 2,700 better than most. Rip Roaring, so it's got a good hope. Thought the overs in the race lay with number 9, Kurahapo Gambler. Tate Hopkins takes the reins, has had no luck of late. And this is the right sort of race for it. Has been racing in better fields behind Tiamo Bromac. Unlucky 2 starts ago behind Flying Louis. Should be at worst 3 markers. Not bad place to be over 2,700. Is very fit. And I thought, punters, if you're having an each way stab here, number 9's $10 with the book, Kurahapo Gambler, and $11 the tote. That's clearly for me the best value in the race. It follows out number 1, Party Boy, who was second, fresh up last time behind Prince of Pops, and a really good run. Actually looks to have improved a bit, Party Boy, as the betters the lights tend to do. Out of a fake left mare too, so should cop 2700 pretty well. Dylan Ferguson would have thought this through, and it will be handy on the markers somewhere, if not in front. So for that reason, it's going to be awfully hard to beat. We'll go number 9 each way, so you're getting value there. The 1 and the 5 obvious dangers, and there's good support for the 2. Better Keep the Faith out of the former Harness Jewels winner, running on faith. Was all right last time behind Royal Taz. Nice little honest horse, could well be handy in the markers for Andre Putama, who had a very good season last season, and it deserves to be in the market, but 450's short enough for me there. So going for a bit of value here. And the third on the card, don't forget pick 6 kicks off on race 4. Pick 6 on race 4. Let's get nice and early to Aaron White. And Aaron, as Russell mentioned, sort of a new bunch of junior drivers coming through here, but the big 3 and the favourites here are Dylan Ferguson, Andre Putama and Ben Butcher have all shown they can handle themselves against the open drivers, and that's always a big advantage.
Yeah, you're right there, Mick. I'm going, though, with the 10 Jacqueline and Tony Cameron doing the driving, having its fit. Alabama Mobile Pace, a good carry forward in the first 4. That Paul just under 7,500. And Rip Roaring, number 7. $3.90, $1.60 to run the favourites. Into the back they go. Alabama Mobile Pace, the green light is up and they're off. VC Dell comes out strongly with Better Keep the Faith and Party Boy. Getting a nice run through from the second line is Jacqueline. To its outside, it's Stablemate as they get to the end of the back straight. Red Sky Knight. Back on the inside then to Kirahalpo Gambler. Last man out gets back in the field with Classy Ambition. Rip Roaring the favourite. Restrained back to second last, and Wine Collector will track the favourite. So as they come off the showgrounds turn and work to the lane, Better Keep the Faith, Andre Potama leading. Coming forward, Red Sky Knight 3 wide here for Jacob Wallace to sit outside. The leader back on the inside then to Party Boy, Dylan Ferguson, and VC Dell to take up the 1-1 for Joe Mocha. On its back as they pace through the lane is Jacqueline and Tony Cameron. To its inside, Classy Ambition, Megan Tees. A length and a half away in the field then to Kirihalpo Gamblers. Away from the pegs for Tate Hopkins as they work the stables corner. Back third last is Last Man Out and Andrew Vance. Second last, the favourite Rip Roaring, Ben Butcher. And Wine Collect Night the outside and Party Boy trailing. VC Dell in the 1-1. Classy Ambition 3 back on the inside. In company with that is Jacqueline having its first run in the north. As 3 back in the running line as Last Man Out starts a claim out 3 wide. Wine Collector comes forward with that. Kirihalpo Gambler, Rip Roaring the last pair, lead time in 1:25.3. Again, they sweep across the showgrounds turn and Better Keep the Faith leads. Now Last Man Out has galloped out 3 wide here. Sitting outside this leader, Red Sky Knight, Party Boy in the trail. Wine Collector, she comes forward 3 wide on the outside of VC Dell. Classy Ambition on the inside of Jacqueline. Coming forward, Rip Roaring, then Kirihalpo Gambler. And after that, gallop on the showgrounds turn. Last Man Out is back last. 31-9 the opening quarter. Down to the Judge Bell and 1 to go. Better Keep the Faith over Wine Collector, stuck out 3 wide around Red Sky Knight, Party Boy trailing. VC Dell 1-1, Rip Roaring at Stablemate with cover 3 wide. They're followed by Classy Ambition, Last Man Out, Jacqueline and Kirihalpo Gambler. The Alabama Mobile Pace for the juniors, they've got 800 metres left to go. Second quarter in 30.9, Better Keep the Faith leads by a length. Up on the outside, Red Sky Knight trailing. Party Boy's had a beautiful economical run in transit. Wine Collector through is 3 wide, no cover. There followed VC Dell in the 1-1. Classy Ambition on the inside. Rip Roarings 5 lengths off the leader as they pace down to the end of the back straight. Jacqueline's on the back of the favourite. Then Kirihalpo Gambler. Last Man Out off the back they come. Better Keep the Faith. 400 left to go. Third quarter in 29.1. Over Red Sky Knight. Party Boy sweating the passing lane. VC Dell. Here's Rip Roaring working into the race now and then. Classy Ambition heads for home. line. Better Keep the Faith over Party Boy. Red Sky Knight, Rip Roaring, Classy Ambition. Better Keep the Faith. Party Boy's off its back now and starting to challenge hard. Classy Ambition running on. It's Better Keep the Faith and Party Boy. Better Keep the Faith and Party Boy. Better Keep back a Len, Kirahalpo Gambler, Classy Ambition and Red Sky Knight all in a line. Further back in the field, VC Dell. They were followed last man out. And Wine Collector in 326.5 with a final quarter of 29.1. Dylan Ferguson, I reckon's timed the run absolutely perfectly on the Better's Delight gelding. Graham Ross will go the way of Party Boy. Second, Better Keep the Faith. Favourite Rip Roaring in for third. Jacqueline working home nicely for fourth down the out.
Official placings, race 3, the Alabar Mobile Pace. 1, 2, 7, 10, 5 and 11. 1, 2, 7, 10, 5, 11. Horse 1, Party Boy, pace the 2,700 metres in 3:26.57. A mile rate of 23.1. Last 858.2 pace.
One Party Boy to come back at the head of the field. Raced by Graham Rogerson, E. Thompson and BJ Connors. Congratulations to you. Win 2 at start, number 12 for the Woodland Stud New Zealand Limited Bred Better's Delight 4-year-old bay gelding out of We Love to Party. Beautifully handled by Dylan Ferguson back into the victory circle. Graham Rogerson, Peter Blanchard, the trainers out of Tui Karamia in Hamilton. And Party Boy gets the job done nicely in the Alabar Mobile Pace. 2, Better Keep the Faith to make it a Better's Delight. Quinella, a bay 4-year-old mare out of Running on Faith, raised by Mrs. H. Van Op Zeeland, along with Woodland Stud, Mrs. KJ Purden, A.T. Jackson and T.E. Jackson. Barry Purden trained at Clevedon. Andre Potama. 7, Rip Roaring for third, the Courage Under Fire bay 4-year-old gelding out of Zara Rose, raised by W.H. Davis, along with the C.L. Tennant. And 4:30. 172. Better Keep the Faith. $1.90. 190. 7 Rip Roaring. $1.80. 180. Quinella $9 even. $9. Trifecta fifth. The double at $16.30. $16.30. 1 and 2 concession $7.80. $7.80. And the 5 1 and 1 opening TAB treble.
to Ruapehu. Need to chill back behind with Little Rooster through on the inside. MBD. Down comes Exponential Lily, makes it 5 straight. Nice run, Corborn Queen, and third over Ruapehu. Followed in then by MBD and Need to Chill. Corborn Queen fell down.
So that was the last up one there by Exponential Lily, and he's just been putting them together lately. He's shooting for 6 wins in a row here. If there's a slight query, I do have a little bit of a query. While he led for most of that race, he isn't necessarily the quickest actually out of the boxes, and he does rely on a wee bit of luck. Once he jumps, he does muster really good pace. He's quite a strong dog and accelerates through, but in those initial stages, that is when he does rely on a wee bit of luck. Exponential Lily, 170 fixed, $1.80 and $1.10 on the tote. But that being said, he does look very hard to beat here in the 7th, and Mark, I see you've also gone with him on top.
Yes, and he's been paying good money, I think, Elizabeth. I think the bookies have been pretty fair about their quotes around Exponential Lily. $2.80 last week and pretty solid before that. And the $1.80 they offered this morning, there has been a late scratching, and the dog currently is at $1.70. You're absolutely right. It's not like he blows the lids and blows straight to the lead. He does take a couple of strides, and that does give the others an opportunity, but with the late scratching of the one, there's only one dog inside him here. Don't think MBD will put on too much pressure on him. Call Me Ralph certainly won't. He uses up a fair bit of the track, so I think things set up pretty well for another Exponential Lily win here. Over the 5, Call Me Ralph. It was interesting last week. He actually jumped in front, and Gus was just too fast on the night in a 17.40. Beaten 3 1/4. It wasn't Ralph's best effort ever. He'd been back and running on the previous couple of races, but look, he's a wonderful dog. He's won $60,000, and Graham and Jennifer Clark have had 2 wins tonight. The team running along well, and I certainly wouldn't rule him out, and got him in for second here clearly. Then the 4, MBD. Now she draws up box 4 again. She's had a few of them lately, and she copped a check from there last week. Her initial jump was quite good, then she got shuffled, and she ended up 4th in that race we just saw there behind Exponential Lily. But she'll get no pressure from Ralph on her outside, so I think she's a chance for place money at least. 6, Leadfoot Lenny came back to us after a 2-month break last week. He missed the jump, but he did run into 4th. It was only a 7-dog field, but he did some good work in the straight. Leadfoot Lenny. Super Rooster, yeah, I'm looking for a return to his fast jumping ways, Elizabeth, that you alluded to. It's been disappointing. He just seems to have lost his early speed, and from box 1 last week, I had a look at his head on again. He sort of scrambled a little bit out of the boxes, but nothing too bad, and he just couldn't muster like he used to. He has had 3 wins off box 7. One of them was in Australia. 2 of them have been here. They were in class 3 and 4 company, so maybe an opportunity for him tonight to rediscover that sort of form. And Balcara comes into box 8. It's good to see her back. We haven't seen her since the 11th of July, and she'd had a good break too between April and July. Balcara picked up a win from box 1. 5 starts back. Has box 8 tonight. Hasn't won from there, but placed a few times. Wanganui Security Class 5. Greyhounds to the boxes. Box 1 will be vacant. Exponential Lily, $1.90. The tote will go forward in box number 3. Gold rug for Call Me Ralph. Black rug is Super Rooster. That's the first line. Second line about to go forward. Talk it over box 2. Gets first use of the rail. MBD box 4. Leadfoot Lenny the green, and Balcara the outside in the green and white. Locked and loaded here. Race number 7, first leg of place 6. Around comes the bunny. They're just about set. And the racing Exponential Lily bounds out well, and Call Me Ralph goes with them, and they go toe-to-toe here early. MBD just behind them, then Super Rooster. They'll be followed by Balcara. Back on the inside of that, then we've got Talk It Over, and Leadfoot Lenny is last up to the corner. Exponential Lily too fast there for Call Me Ralph. Chasing hard there would have been Super Rooster. Exponential Lily from Call Me Ralph. Late lunge Talk It Over might have got up to nab Super Rooster. MBD was next, then Balcara, and the last to pull up is Leadfoot Lenny. 6 straight Exponential Lily, and really didn't give any cause for concern to supporters tonight. Although Call Me Ralph jumped on terms, Exponential Lily had the race in control. 6 straight, not easy to do at the top level. He's just in mighty form. He's very reliable. Part owner Craig Rendell here on course tonight. The 2 favourites jumped well, but Exponential Lily just had too much gas. Call Me Ralph trying very hard. Another good run. Super Rooster, he did show a bit of speed tonight. I think he might have lost third on the line here, though, with Talk It Over. He hasn't got a lot of punch up the straight, Super Rooster, and Talk It Over may have nabbed him here in the shadows of the post. 3 comfortable, then the 5, and then the 2 quite comfortably in the end ahead of Super Rooster. We'll make that official shortly. We'll check out the head-on shot here. Nice beginning from Exponential Lily. He was ready to go, wasn't he? And plenty of room too, no pressure inside or out. And he just accelerated to the lead from Call Me Ralph. And really, not a lot happened in the race with the exception of Talk It Over making up good ground to nail down Super Rooster, because at one stage, he's probably giving him 3 to 4 lengths. 3, 5, 2, 7, then 4, 9 and 6. Winning time 17:34. It's a personal best. And it's the 19th win on the track for this dog. A run home 10:31, 2 1/4 lengths by 4 lengths by half a length. Outstanding performance here in race 7, the Wagadui Security for Exponential Lily. A white and black dog by Pure Octane out of Allegro Lily. Lisa Ahern and Craig Rentalone. Lisa Ahern prepares at Palmerston North, and the second win tonight for the Ahern camp. He is the dominant Central District's sprinter at the moment, or certainly here at Hattrick anyway, Russell, and that's where he continues to dominate. No need to line him up anywhere else at the moment. It's a Friday night winning check week after week at present.
Boy, he's flying, isn't he, Rozzo? In 17:34, he's done away with Call Me Ralph, as they had that little battle early, didn't they? But no, he was too speedy, 180, 110. 130 for Ralph, and Talk It Over, $2.50. Quinella $2.60, Trifecta $25.50, first for $85.50. 3, 5, 2 and 7. Race number 7 there at Hattrick. On Cup night, of course, and race number 9 is the feature, the Brad Canty Wanganui Cup over the 520 metres, and number 8 Blitzing Mayhem is the fixed favourite, option 109 to go a fixed win in the Cup, $3 and $1.40. Tote favourite is quite clearly Robbie at $1.90. It's $3.20 and $1.40, and Sassy Road number 1 at $4.50 and $5.20 there to the inside. And as we continue to look towards the Cup, Liz talks with Ray Adcock.
Congratulations on a great run for second in the heat last week.
Oh yes, it's a bit unlucky.
You made the track up from the south. Was the Fury ride okay for both of you?
It was the last.
Is John Box 2 in the final tonight? Where would you like to sort of see him settling in the race?
3 lengths clear. No, yeah, just no interference for him, but he's a wee bit slow out, mainly because he's young.
From 21, he's progressed so strongly, and to bounce 3 lengths clear early would be an absolute dream for Ray. Good chance to win the race, even if he doesn't quite to get away that promptly. And we'll see anyway in, well, not too long of a time. thinking for pick 6?
Look, I'm thinking, Russell, it's a night where there's not too many anchors. If you are looking for one, I thought race 6, number 2, Tango's Delight, had a great chance tonight. And Todd Mitchell, who we'll speak to later, but I know you want to know this info before you put your pick 6 on, he reiterated that. He thought very good chance, Tango's Delight, and has been heavily backed, a bet of 5,000 tonight at 3.8. Handicap in a maiden race. Often the gap between handicap to maiden race and then stepping up to C2 is a big one. But he said this horse has improved lengths. That was his comment, not mine, lengths, since it was fresh up for him last time out. So Bruno Pollard, 640. The tote a lot longer than 360, the book. The bookmakers are starting to move him out now. And he's a big lump of a thing, but I do think he's going to go further than some here. Over 2-2. 2-7 tonight, any concern?
Yeah, welcome back to Trackside, Mick. Good to have you back.
Thanks, Heck. I'm enjoying it, mate. I wish I bought that jacket you're wearing. It's bloody cold out here. What about Ruby? The win over 2-2 was good. I'm just not sure she cops a hard 2-7.
No, I don't think she'll cop a hard 2-7, but...
Forward to the last leg of pick 6, you and Michelle have 2 in here, Tembe and Charlie Harper. I haven't seen Charlie, I've seen Tembe, and he really caught my eye last season. Looked a big, racy, immature 2-year-old. How's he come back?
Yeah, that was a good way to sum him up. He's only had one trial, and he went... Michelle was quite happy with him. I never come to the trials, but she was quite happy with him. And only being a small field, well, it should suit him, and I think Josh should be able to get the top, and yeah, should be thereabouts.
When you bring these maidens to the races, do you and Michelle bring them here thinking, OK, we'll work our way through this and they'll improve after a couple of runs? Or is the stable philosophy that when we bring them to the races, particularly for maiden races, we expect them to be good enough to win?
Yeah, I expect them to be right there. A major stepping stone for him is the size stakes. That's what we're
particular being so popular here at Alexandra Park and the stakes being so good. I suppose there's room to move there for people who are struggling to get starts down home or down the South Island. I call it down home after all these years, to maybe send a horse up for a couple of months.
Yeah, the stake money here at Auckland's so good, and thanks to Auckland Trotting Club, and yeah, we'd only be too happy to house a few more good ones.
Good on you, mate. Good to see you again.
Hey, thanks a lot, mate.
It's Bernie Hackett. Good to have his thoughts here with Ruby Castleton, but most importantly for you pick 6 punters, Tembe in the last. He's quite keen on it. I think it and Sirius Star, one of those 2 will win the last, and therefore you only need 2 there. So you can go a little bit wider in these early legs. A lot of these are, shall we say, professional mid-grade horses. Not too many open classes likely here. As I mentioned to Russell, I thought Tango's Delight was my best anchor in race 6. Probably in race 5 you could get away with having just Royal Taz and Priscilla's Girl. So you're not playing too many early doors. Then later on maybe take a few more in the 4th and 5th legs. There's Brookby Prince. I'm sort of struggling to believe he's a $3.50 favourite here. He's been around for a while, Brookby. He was good enough last start, just got into a position where he couldn't really get rolling. I thought he was all right. Just don't really think that Derek Bull knows how to train a trotter. He's got 2 open class horses in the team, Cool Cobber and Boiselle. So if he's telling me this one's improved lengths, then you should probably be listening to him. It's $5.60 the tote, $3.80 the book. That's very, very fair for Big Bruno. He's a big lump of a horse, not in the Derek Ball colours. That's Kevin Walker, the owner's colours, best known as the colours behind Lanson and Boiselle. Dylan Ferguson looking for back-to-back wins here. He's on the scruff. Decent win last time at Cambridge, I thought. Manners seem good at the moment. Won't need to go a lot better to be a chance here. Only a small front line, so if he steps away, has an each-way hope here. Around the $5 the book, so you're actually getting decent overs there. The bookmaker's $5, $4.30 on the total. Now actually $3.60 on the tote for the scruff. Of those off the handicaps, just not sure about Ruby Castle on over 2,700 and Equalise the same. I don't think she cops a hard 2,700 either, so I do think it could be a front liners race. Easy Empress was good, winning 2 of the last 3, and last time stepped up against Leanne's Boy, so 10 metre handicap here is more or less irrelevant. I think Easy Empress is the best of the 10 metre horses. But for me, top pick and best bet here is number 3, Bruno Pollard. Let's get Aaron's thoughts on the 4th on the card. And Aaron, before we get your thoughts on this one, did you see a pick 6 anchor tonight?
Yeah, I thought there might have been a couple there, Mick. Just at a light, I thought Tony Hurley's runner in race number 6 tonight, I thought was a very good chance on the back of 2 good placings since coming north, and in the last, Sirius Star. Got a lot of time for that runner from the Reid McMullen team, and I think it could pick up its maiden victory tonight. It has been short all day with the bookies, has Sirius Star. In the last, to open pick 6, 6, 3, 5 and 2, Easy Empress for me, the quite easy mare, running for a Moneybags bonus tonight too. The 2 wins were very good. Good defiant victories prior to that 5th, and a good class of trot in behind Leanne's Boy. We put in the 3, Bruno Pollard, on the back of its resuming win, James Stormont. We'll put in the 5, the Scruff, who was beautifully handled last time out at Cambridge by Dylan, and a 2, Brookby Prince, with the Iceman doing the driving tonight. 6, 3, 5 and 2 for me.
Thanks, Aaron. Not far away from coming up behind the tapes for this next on the card. And Easy Empress, Aaron's top tip in the race. Backable around the $4.50. Really even spread here, but as I said, I've been swayed by those comments of Derek Bull with Bruno Pollard. He expects it to improve a lot. Later on tonight, you're going to see one of the greats in his second last ever start, Smokin' Up, racing at Melton tonight. He's taking on Kian Cullen, and it's his second last run. He ends his career 3 weeks tonight at Melton on September the 6th.
Brookby Prince number 2. 8, Ruby Castleton, $6.30 and $2. Galloper was Brookby Prince, but came down trotting pretty quickly. Will settle in the back half of the field. Carwood Spur and the Scruff, the first 2 away over Pretty Awesome and Bruno Pollard. Equilay getting around runners 3 wide as they work the first corner. 2 lengths away, Brookby Prince, then Easy Empress, and back last is Ruby Castleton. So they trot down past the 2,300 metres, and the Scruff looking to work to the lead here for Dylan Ferguson over Carwood Spur, who will ease to take the trail as they work into the lane. A length and a half, Pretty Awesome. Bruno Pollard left parked, goes back down to the markers now. Equilay on the back of Bruno Pollard, 2 lengths away in the field to Brookby Prince and Tony Hurley. Easy Empress and the Magic Man, Morris McKendry, back second last, and Ruby Castleton the last of the judge with 2 to make. And the Scruff and Dylan Ferguson working the stables corner, a length and a half, Carwood Spur. Richard Brosnan nestles in for the perfect run in the trail, and they're followed by Pretty Awesome. In 4th is Bruno Pollard and James Stormont, tracked forward by Equilay. Then Brookby Prince, further back Easy Empress and Ruby Castleton as they trot into the back, and the Tony and Pam Dawson trading as TP Bars trot. Down the back goes the Scruff, a length and a half, Carwood Spur. Pretty Awesome. Bruno Pollard just eases away from the markers now as Brookby Prince was starting a claim. Back on the inside, Equilay. Easy Empress on the back of Brookby Prince as Bruno Pollard's having a shot for the lead as they work down to the showgrounds turn. And Ruby Castleton still back last. Bruno Pollard about to sail on to the lead now. Over the Scruff and Carwood Spur. Brookby Prince now left 4th and Park. Back on the inside then to Pretty Awesome. Easy Empress getting a lovely drag into the race too now on the back of Brookby Prince 1-1. Equilay and Ruby Castleton the last pair as they trot into the home straight. Lead time in 1:29.2. Opening quarter 31.2. Bruno Pollard, the son of Dream Vacation, leads a length and a quarter in the trail. The Scruff and inching closer Brookby Prince and the Iceman, who's out parked, and in the 1-1 is Easy Empress at the bell. Carwood Spur, 3 back on the inside of Ruby Castleton. Jack McKinnon on the back of Easy Empress. Back on the inside, Pretty Awesome and Scotty Phelan. And Equilay and Jay Abernathy, the last of the square gators as they trot out to the 800 metres, where the leader Bruno Pollard, the second quarter, and back on the inside to Carwood Spur. They're followed by Ruby Castleton. Pretty Awesome on the inside of Equilay as the last pair as they trot to the end of the back straight. 500 left to go. About to work the showgrounds turn their final time, and Bruno Pollard from on the outside, Brookby Prince, and then the Scruff. Easy Empress about to pounce out of the 1-1. Here she comes now. Ruby Castleton tracks her 4. There followed Carwood Spur, Pretty Awesome, and Equilay. 31 and 4 was the third third quarter. Bruno Pollard for home, a length and a half. The Scruff and Brookby Prince. Easy Empress down the outside. Then Carwado Spur, Ruby Castle and Pretty Awesome. Bruno Pollard with the Scruff coming through strongly. 100 to go. Bruno Pollard and the Scruff. These two pair off to fight it out. Bruno Pollard, the Scruff digging in. Fights hard. And the Scruff, the Rogerson Blanchard, Dylan Ferguson combination. They go back to beat out Bruno Pollard. Again, they line up for third here. Out wide, Ruby Castle and Pretty Awesome. Carwado Spur and Brookby Prince all in a line there. They were followed Equilay. Easy Empress, no excuses for her. 29 and 3 was the final quarter. And 3:35.1 the overall time. 3:50. The win price for the Scruff. He'll pick up a performance incentive bonus tonight too. The son of Dream Vacation, Dylan Ferguson, handed up the lead. Did put in a little bit of a fight there too at the 1500. That could have been the telling factor in the last 50 metres of the race. The Scruff or a third, then Pretty Awesome and Carwado Spur. Tony and Pam Dawson trading as TP Bars handicap trot. The Scruff, that's career win 5 at start 44.
Placings in race 4, the Tony and Pam Dawson trading as TP Bars handicap trot. Very close photo for third and fourth, could go either way. 5 the winner, 3 a second, very close photo, 2 or 8, 8 or 2, then comes 1, 4.
So 5 the Scruff. Come back at the head of the field. So the fanfare for the Scruff, picking up a performance incentive bonus tonight. The Dream Vacation Martina H 7-year-old bay gelding, raced by Graham Rogerson. Graham Rogerson, Peter Blanchard, trained out of Tui Karamia in Hamilton, and Dylan Ferguson. The team go back to back with Party Boy in the previous, now into the Scruff. Career win 5 at start 44 for the KD Ma and ID Malcolm bred Dream Vacation, now 7-year-old. Vicky Cronin down there, part of the victory celebrations with Franklin Trotting Club President Don Smith after the victory of the Scruff, and the Tony and Pam Dawson trading as TP Bars handicap trot. Three, Bruno Pollard. Dream Vacation 5-year-old bay gelding out of Cordon Rouge, raced by K.A. Walker and D.M. Gray. Derek Ball trained at Pukekohe and James Stormont, and we'll head next door to Judge Graham McLennan.
Official placings, race 4, the Tony and Pam Dawson trading as TP Bars. Horse 5, the Scruff, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in 3:35.11. Mile rate of 2:8.2. Last 860.8, the 429.3. The margins ahead, 3.5 lengths a dead heat. 5-3, 2 and 8 a dead heat for third, 1-4 in race 4, the Tony and Pam Dawson trading as TP Bars handicapped.
Raced by the Duns, SJ, Miss L and Miss KA. Amanda Kitty trained at Pukekohe, Tony Hurley, and 8 Ruby Castle and a Monarchy. A 5-year-old bay mare out of Castleton's Jewel for the Olympic Swiss Watches Limited. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett, trained at Waiuku, and Jack McKinnon. 5, the Scruff. 3, Brookby Prince and also Ruby Castleton. $1 back for the place. 3 and 5, Quinella, $8.80. $8.80. The 2 trifectas, 5, 3 and 2, $33.30, $33.30. 5, 3 and 8, $42.50, $42.50. The 2 first fours, 5, 3, 2 and 8, $120.30, $120.30. And the 5, 3, 8 and 2, first 4, $139.50, $139.50. 19,545 live in pick 6 after the first leg. 19,545.
That Check the Mail, I'm tempted to switch this around. I think that Check the Mail is now a huge chance here coming into box 3 and with that vacant draw to his inside. Less than 2 minutes away here from race number 8. Mike Grozanowski, what do you like here?
Liz, I've gone with Mammy Brown on top. She's well overdue a win. It seems remarkable. She hasn't won since May the 2nd here on the track. 16 starts it's been. She lit up last week, as you mentioned. It took Lochinvar Maui to beat her. Lochinvar Maui unbeaten in 8 in New Zealand. She had box 4. And she did get to the lead. I was very surprised how slow that time was last week, 30.62. They ran slower than the 2 maidens, but nonetheless, it was a good dog that nailed her, and she beat a few of these home, including Check the Mail, who's the favourite tonight. She'd led out at Manawatu the start prior as well, and behind Lochinvar Maui when she was 4th. She's not vintage Mammy Brown, there's no question about that, so whether, I don't know whether she can ever get back to the days when she was breaking 30 seconds here with a time of 29.98, but I do think she can lead and win this race, and she would need to lead it. 9 Check the Mail I have in for second, and certainly the late scratching, as you mentioned, of Grant Rogers plays right into the paws of Check the Mail. What I will say, though, and I have been a bit of a fan of this dog at times, I went back and looked at that run last week, and I wasn't that fussed on it, to be fair. I thought he had every single chance behind Lochinvar Maui and Mammy Brown, so I think he'd have to lift. He was a length and a quarter off Mammy last week. If she was to find her way to the lead again, then he would have to lift a bit, but he's certainly a winning chance. You know, Heidi off the inside, I think, is going to get a lot sweeter sit tonight than she did last week off box number 3. Coming off the back here of 2 755-metre races, having made the final of the Wanganui Stars Cup last week. She's actually downgraded. Her form from box 8 is terrible. As we get a look at the crowd, some of who are out here and creating a really good atmosphere on track tonight on Brad Canty Wanganui Cup night, and that's our next race. Harrison Hire Master Class 4 going to the traps here with Heidi back box 1. Box 2 vacant. Check the Mail, green and white rug, box number 3. Mammy Brown and the gold rug, a 310 favourite at the moment on the tote, and out in box number 7, Mr. Jimmy. Second line. Barry's Way is in. Wallace Ladd, hello. Lined and ready. Around comes the bunny. They're about set to break. Racing, Heidi steps out quite nicely. Barry's Way fast away, and there's Mammy Brown going to the lead, coming across quickly. Wallace Ladd to get right into the party. Mr. Jimmy goes forward too. Heidi sits 4th the rail. Check the Mail's ended up 3 wide. Hello on the inside, and back last of all is Barry's Way. Down the back goes Mammy Brown by 3, but has Wallace Ladd. She'll do it tonight. It's an overdue win for Mammy Brown from Wallace Ladd. Third to go by was Check the Mail, and Hello was 4th. Gaps back the rest. Heidi. Beside that was Barry's Way and Mr. Jimmy. Well, Mammy Brown goes back to Class 5, win 21 in her career. She found the lead early. Good run. Wallace Ladd gave chase, couldn't reel her in, and Check the Mail has held down third ahead of Hello. So we picked them up across the top. Mammy Brown has the race in safekeeping. Wallace Ladd was trying. It was always sort of 2.5 to 3 lengths back. And Check the Mail actually ended up 3 wide going into the back straight, which was a funny posse for him. But he ended up getting to third ahead of Hello. And the other three, Mr. Jimmy, Barry's Way and You Know Heidi, finishing pretty much together. From the boxes, 4 and 5 showing good early speed, but Mammy Brown really turned it on to drive to the lead. Came across on Barry's Way, who took a bump there. Wallace Ladd drawn right into the race, along with Mr. Jimmy too, who faded out late in the piece. Mammy Brown swinging in front and comfortably clear, booting away for win number 21 in her career. Third win tonight for the Lisa Ahern camp. Judge Jack Cooper and photo finish man Peter Sinclair still looking at something in behind here, Elizabeth, so we'll hand back to you after Mammy Brown takes out race 8 and look forward to the build up to the Brad Canty Wanganui Cup.
Yes, really looking forward to the big race. Number 5, Mammy Brown. That's been a thoroughly deserved win by her today. Win number 21 at start number 66 and back up to open class with 8 Hello Alo, which is finished in 4th. 5, 6, 9 and 8, the numbers there in race number 8. On the program, that result won't be too far away. And meanwhile, our next here on the program is the running of the Group 1 Brad Canty Wanganui Cup. I'm excited about this race. Bookie's favourite is number 8 Blitzing Mayhem, $3.140 fixed, one of 3 in the race for Steve Clark, $4.50, $4.30 on the tote. Number 2 Robbie for Ray Adcock, $3.20, $1.40 fixed, $1.90 and money back on the tote. Russell, will be back with you again before our feature here, building up to the Group.
Mayhem wide, yeah, $3. Boy, I like Robbie still on the tote. There's not a lot in the pools, but yeah, $1.90. Sassy Road. Lady Shamby at $7 with the bookmakers. In fine form, old Shamby. And it's the big one of the evening, the Group 1 Brad Canty Wanganui Cup. 28 minutes past if you have to leave and come back. 28 past for the Greyhound Group 1. Mammy Brown, $2.90, $1.30 to take out the 5-6 Quinella, $4.70 trifecta, $34.50 in the first 4, $204, 5, 6, 9 and 8. The double of 3 and 5 at $4 and the concession 3 and 6, $3.60. So the next one is the big Group 1 from Hattrick. Up next, we're back at Alexandra Park.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log, but when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel alright. You know I work all day to get your money to buy a thing, and it's worth it just to hear you say you're gonna give me.
About 20,000 still live in pick 6 after the first leg, and we've got the second right now at Alexandra Park for the Franklin.
And deserves to be too, Russell, because she was very good here last start. Let's not forget she was good enough to run placings in the big fillies races last season, which were run really quickly because, of course, Venus Serena and Ideal Bell were in those races. Then she sort of just plateaued. I thought she wasn't half putting in, to be honest, about 3 starts ago. Then last time, clearly, she had woken back up to herself. Just brained them here for Zach Butcher, beating Just a Delight. Led on that occasion. I don't see her leading or leading for fun here anyway, so 220's short enough for me. But she'll win 10 races in her career. She's won 4 already. She'll win about 10 if they don't retire her first, whereas most of these won't. So Priscilla's Girl deserves to, and Tony Hurley, and the latter was good enough to pop along for a chat. The night started well, 2 wins in the first 2 races, won the premiership here, driving and training last season. How do you see the new season shaping up, mate? How's the numbers depth?
Yeah, well, we're actually pretty busy, Mick. You know, but this time of the year there are young ones coming and going, but we've kept busy right through, so which is real good. Yeah, so hopefully it stays that way.
Irish Whisper is back in work, I believe, not too far away from the trials, the Group 1 winner from last season.
Yeah, no, hopefully we'll trial him here at the end of the month, give him a couple of workouts, and then find a race for him at Auckland.
Doesn't look super quick, but very tough.
Yeah, no, he's a real honest little horse. He's he's just sort of, he's settled in really well, and I sort of can't fault him really. He's a good little trier, and yeah, I think he'll go another honest race. Yeah, there's a couple in there that are fairly smart, as we know, but yeah, he'll be thereabouts.
Race 6, 2 in the team, Just a Delight and Never Sighted. Which one of these two do you favour more?
Well, when they first come up, I actually thought Never Sighted was probably a smarter sort of filly, but Just a Delight's probably typical Better's Delight filly. You know, she lines up here and's gone 2 good races for us. I felt she went really good last start, ran home really good. Probably the harder they go, the better probably suit her. Yeah, but her and the other filly are both settled in good since I've been up here.
Are they the sort of horses who could get off the gate and overcome that wide draw, or more likely to be sitting in the running line?
Yeah, well, there will be a bit of speed on, but they'll come out and hold their own, but I don't think they'll really cross those ones inside them. But as long as a good, honest run race, we'll be thereabouts.
Black Santana in the last. I think he'll win a maiden race somewhere, Tony, but actually caught a nice little field.
Yeah, no, there is, and if he can run in 3 or 4, we'd be happy with that. It's a bit of a drive for the boys, and which is good. It's hard to try and give them drives when they do all the work all week, and then you try to give them a drive. It's and that's the way it is. But so it's never been easy. But we've got that horse there and got him ourselves, and the juniors have a drive on him each week when he lines up, and yeah, so he's been honest. Yeah.
One of the shames of last season was the fact that Ohoka Punter re-injured himself and had to go back to the paddock. How's his progress? I believe he's coming back into work soon. Yeah, he is. No, everything's looking good, Mick. Touch wood. But yeah, so we've just got to hope that everything stands up. As people know, with horses with legs, you never know. They're a day-to-day proposition, and he's one of those. But hopefully he'll stand up to a campaign. It'll be great. Nice to have Tony's thoughts on his chances here. I got the feeling he thought Royal Taz had a chance without being good enough to label it because of Priscilla's Girl, a horse he knows well. So he's pretty tough. I don't mind Royal Taz. I think he'll win 3 or 4 this season. Good, tough win last time out, but got the lead on that occasion pretty easily. Maybe he can stay in front of Priscilla's Girl here. In fact, probably should. And therefore he's the logical danger to the favourite, who is just as equally the logical favourite. So 8 to beat 6, that speaks for itself. I do think there's value here for the place, though. Number 2, and that's Atomic Jet. Heavily backed here 2 starts ago after some really good trials, and lost the fight for the lead, and they went really hard the first 641 and change, and the race was over for him after 400 metres. So forget that. Fast forward to the next, can lead or at least get to the marker pegs, and therefore be a great chance. I think if you're having a bet here, would I take 210 Priscilla's Girl? No. Would I take 320 a place Atomic Jet? Absolutely. And he looks really well. So I do think the smartest bet here is the 320 a place for Atomic Jet. I can't tell what he's paying a place on the fixed, but I would suggest it's shorter than that. But that's my bet in this race if I was having a go, because I think the marker pegs will be the place to be when those better horses roll forward. Apart from then, Hootie Hucks, well, he's always in the mix. Old Hootie probably won't win this, but he should run on the first 4. And Mullingar Mac's been going the odd good one too. Off the second line here, but off the second line by himself, and that'll help. Here's Aaron's call on the 5th on the...
TAB Pukekohe Mobile Pace under new management there on Edinburgh Street in Puke. Runners in behind the yellow bar arm. Into the lane they come. Race 5, TAB Pukekohe Mobile Pace. Starter Frank Phelan activates the green light, and they're off and licensed to kill out fast with the Sparkling Collect, and Royal Taz also coming across in the early stages. Atomic Jet will settle down in fourth, then Hootie Haxwell. Sakura the inside of Speak Up, Mullingar Mac, and Priscilla's Girl, handled patiently in the early stages by Zach Butcher back last as they put the stables behind them. Their first occasion. Sparkling Collect, the Gotta Go Collect entire. Salish Abernathy in front, where he was when he won his maiden, and leads away by 3 over License to Kill and Jay Abernathy in the trail, then Royal Taz Sakura. 3 lengths Atomic Jet, then Speak Up, Mullingar Mac, Hootie Haxwell, and Priscilla's Girl. Lead time comes up in 42.5, and the TAB Pukekohe Mobile Pace and Sparkling Collect getting along nicely by 3 lengths here. In second, License to Kill, then Royal Taz Sakura. Atomic Jet the next. Priscilla's Girl starts to mosey around runners now for Zach. Just to its inside there was Speak Up, then Hootie Haxwell, and Mullingar Mac is back at the tail as they sweep across the showgrounds turn and about to work into the lane, and Sparkling Collect leads License to Kill. Royal Taz away from the mark is now to be third in park for the Iceman. 3 back on the inside, Sakura, Atomic Jet in the 1-1. Then Speak Up, Priscilla's Girl comes forward 3 wide as Mullingar Mac was starting his claim, and Hootie Haxwell back last. 31.9 was the opening quarter of the last mile. Sparkling Collect in front on the stables corner, right there now. Priscilla's Girl, License to Kill in the trail. Royal Taz 1-1. Mullingar Mac caught 3 wide back on the inside. Sakura, Atomic Jet between runners. The last pair, Hootie Haxwell and Speak Up second quarter, 29.4. Sparkling Collect by 3/4. Priscilla's Girl, the favourite, sits second in park. She's comfortable there though. Then License to Kill. Royal Taz in the 1-1. Mullingar Mac 3 wide and fifth there, followed by Atomic Jet back on the inside. Sakura, Hootie Haxwell second last, and back last still Speak Up. So they come across the top, 400 left to go. Sparkling Collect now headed by Priscilla's Girl, 28.3 the quarter down the back. This classy mare runs on to the lead. Royal Taz looks her main danger right on her back. Then License to Kill, homeward bound Priscilla's Girl, 1.5 lengths. Royal Taz comes off her back now, 2 lengths. Sparkling Collect, License to Kill, Atomic Jet, Hootie Haxwell down the outside, 100 to go. Priscilla's Girl, Royal Taz really coming strongly now. Hurley on the outside with Royal Taz, gets past Priscilla's Girl. Hurley for 3. Royal Taz beats Priscilla's Girl. Atomic Jet for third. Then License to Kill, Mullingar. Royal Taz goes back to back, the son of Royal Majesty. Tony Hurley, the Iceman, gets 3 for the night. 2 training successes. Sat on the back of Priscilla's Girl, who made her run at the 1100 to sit outside the leader. Hurley just waited for the home straight. Came off the classy mare's back and runs her down. Nice win. Royal Taz over Priscilla's Girl, a margin away to Atomic Jet to claim third in front of License to Kill. TAB Pukekohe under new management. Mobile Pace goes nicely here to number 6, Royal Taz.
Official placings, race 5, the TAB Pukekohe Mobile Pace, 682 411 5, 682 411 5. Horse 6, Royal Taz, paced the 2200 metres in 241.78. Tomorrow 8 to 158.3. Last 857.8. The 429.5. The margins are half length, 7.5 lengths a neck. 682 411 5, race 5, the TAB Pukekohe Mobile Pace.
The Black Mitavite bike to come back into the victory circle again, this time with Royal Taz, a Royal Majesty, Nero's Baby, 4-year-old bay gelding. Tony Hurley, the trainer driver out of Papakura, for owners. The Butterworth Racing Syndicate win 3 at start number 6. Back at the head of the field, Fraser Brights down there for TAB Pukekohe, and Franklin Trotting Club in the 5th event on the program tonight. 8 Priscilla's Girl for second, to mark 3 Priscilla Bromack Bay 4-year-old mare, raced by JP Green, Mrs PC Green, Mrs ME Green, Miss FK Green, Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore, and Zach Butcher. And number 2 Atomic Jet in for third, Jeremy's Jet Bay 4-year-old Entire out of JR Lobel, raced by AR Norman and P Verlinger. Eddie Clark trained at Pukekohe, and Morris McKendry. Six Royal Taz at $3.50 and $1.50, $3.50, $1.50. 8 Priscilla's Girl, $1.20, $1.20. And 2 Atomic Jet, $25.20, $625.20. 5 and 6 in the double returns $12.10, $12.10. 5 and 8 concession, $4.90, $4.90 in pick 6.
Was only run down late by Sassy Road. He's paying quite good money, and when I spoke to Glenn Cook earlier, he seemed a bit bullish about his chances.
We stacked the wins up early in his career. He's won 10 from 18. His last win was in the Auckland Derby heat where he beat Tofino. He did it from the front last week, and it took Sassy Road all of the straight to pick him up, so it was a super heat run. I haven't got him in, but that's purely the quality of the field and nothing more, Elizabeth. And we know all about that when we move to Night Pearl, because the fastest qualifier you could have purchased at $26 off the bookies. I see they've now got her at 21, but that speaks volumes for the field.
It really does. Night Pearl, as you just mentioned, the quickest qualifier. I spoke to Kathy Wilson during the week. She said that this dog is still a wee bit green, and in this kind of company, obviously the others take no prisoners. But she also mentioned that Night Pearl is very strong and can show good box speed.
I'd agree with absolutely everything that Kathy says, and obviously they know her best, Kathy and Steve Clark, and it is tough for her at the very top level. She's won 3 from 5 here. She won a futurity heat. I think she was only assessed at Class 2 there and had only just won a Class 1. Steve Clark handling her tonight, giving her the late instructions, and that worked well last week for his charges because he won 3 heats. She ran 5th in the futurity final from this alley, and for me it's the draw that might get her again.
Just hearing news through that quaddy pool has reached in excess of $10,000, so make sure you have a go. Number 5 here is Janik, won the Group 1 Spion Rose here back in December. Second in the heat last week. Now, spoke to Dennis Schofield during the week. He mentioned that Janik previously had actually cut his webbing quite badly a couple of weeks ago, so was really happy with the run for second and said that he should be 150% for the final today.
Well, that would make him hard to beat because at 100% he's a super dog, and as you say, he's a Group 1 winner here on the Spion Rose. He was second in the Wellington Cup in January too. He does have to make up a bit of ground. He was 5 lengths off Lady Shamby. Dennis can certainly pick a dog for tonight. I haven't got Janik in, but he's a quality dog.
Lady Shambi, she's really been flying lately and was impressive in taking out her heat last week, and I know that Steve Clark has a big opinion of her.
She's marvellous. She ran a 29.75 in the futurity heat, then second to Blitzing Mayhem in the final. Box 6, it's the only draw she hasn't won from, and she's had 5 cracks. Oh, look, there's no question she's good enough to win it. Slotted her in for 6. Don't want to run without her. Hope she has some luck early.
Number 7 is Tefino. To be honest, of all the runners here, I'm finding it most difficult to picture him winning.
Me too. He's a lovely little dog, though. He has been to Class 5 in the past. He's a Class 4 now. He's placed in his last 7, and 9 of his last 10 have been placings. His last win, though, was February 28, 18 starts ago. It'd be a big upset if he made his first win since then tonight.
Number 8, Blitzing Mayhem, the bookies' favourite, and if he jumps like he did last week, he looks pretty hard to beat.
Obviously, the keys, 123 from 42. Very quick out from box 7 last week. He has to do the same from box 8. Was beaten into 5th in the heat of the Breeders' Stakes here from box number 8. If he begins like that, he's in a world of trouble. He won the Auckland Derby from this trap, though. He was the futurity winner in May. I have got him on top, but he's got a very good field to get across here.
An outstanding field here lining up in the running of the Group 1 Brad Canty Wanganui Cup final. Lots of good luck to everyone involved with the Greyhounds. Mark will come to you for the call.
Thanks, Liz, and I know you're with Sassy Roan off the inside, and she should be very hard to beat. In the end, I went 8, 2, 1 and 6. You can make a case for a few, and it's a cracking field befitting the Group 1 status in the $21,000 stake, and we've got an excellent crowd on course to witness it too. Race 9, the Brad Canty Wanganui Cup final 2014. They go to the traps. The inside here for Sassy Road, always welcome. Box 3, Gold Rug for Janik out in 7 to Fino. Second line, Robbie the black and white. Blue rug there for Night Pearl. Green rug is Lady Shambi, the outside Blitzing Mayhem. Robbie's gone favourite, the tote, 250 off box 2, the Southerner. Round comes the bunny, they're about set to break. There. Racing, Sassy Road, a fair break, always welcome, gets out fast, and Lady Shandy's going across quickly. Blitzing Mayhem out wide. Tefino gets squeezed up in between runners. Now 2 out the back have got no chance. They are Robbie and also Janik out the back. Into the back straight they go, and Lady Shambi in front by a couple of lengths here from Sassy Road. 4 lengths away then to Always Welcome, followed through by Night Pearl. Back behind them then Tefino. Blitzing Mayhem can't do it, and nor either can Janik or Robbie. Up to the corner they come. It's Lady Shambi in front, comfortably clear on Sassy Road, and Always Welcome, and coming like Night Pearl. Lady Shambi scores. Second over Sassy Road. Night Pearl to third for a 1-3 for Steve Clark. Then Always Welcome, Blitzing Mayhem to Fino. Robbie never a chance after a poor beginning, and Janik's the last one in. Well, she's won from box 6 now. Number 6, Lady Shambi. She collects the set, and what a way to do it in the Brad Canty Wanganui Cup final. Very good performance from her. She jumped beautifully, and she worked up outside the pace. There was trouble at the first bend. Robbie and Janik copped the worst of it. We picked them up on the swing. It's comfortably Lady Shambi's race. Sassy Road tried very hard as she farewells New Zealand. And Night Pearl races to third ahead of a game Always Welcome. And Blitzing Mayhem was next. The head-on shot will show us that Blitzing Mayhem just couldn't get across them. Things got very tight in the middle, especially for dogs like Tefino. Always Welcome, Robbie. Let's have a look at it going to this first bend here with Lady Shambi crossing to lead Sassy Road. Now the 8 comes in on the 7 to 3. Look at Robbie sideways, awkward, scrambled, had to try and keep his feet. Janik copped plenty of that as well, and they were out of the contest. Lady Shambi, Sassy Road, gee, she tried hard for Dennis Schofield. And coming off the back straight, Always Welcome was lying third, and Night Pearl was just starting to get into her work. Judge Jack Cooper's through with the official 6, 1, 4, 3, then 8, 7, 2 and 5. Winning time is 29.84. Run home is 11.30. 2.5 lengths by 5 lengths by 3/4 of a length the margins in the Brad Canty Wanganui Cup final for 2014. Elizabeth Whelan is making her way down to the dais, and the Greyhounds coming back at the head of the field, and Deb Edlin handling Lady Shambi for trainer Steve Clark. He won 3 heats with Lady Shambi, with Blitzing Mayhem and with Night Pearl, and tonight he gets first and third and 5th with the Blitzing Mayhem, just unable to cross there from that wide draw. They brought the dais down in front of the big crowd here tonight at Hattrick Raceway. There is the Brad Canty Wanganui Cup, and bouquets of flowers waiting to be passed out as well. The congratulations being passed here to Steve Clark And Lady Shamby back at the head of the field. It's win 14 at start number 31 for her. She'd won 42,000 into tonight, so she'll go well beyond the 50,000. She'll probably come up with about $54,000 in stake earnings after tonight's victory. Crowd looking down, waiting for the presentation. And the winning rug going on, number 6, Lady Shamby. And just having a look down there for Elizabeth. She is next to Steve Clark. Elizabeth, if you're with me now, you might be able to come on in. And Steve has got Lady Shamby and Night Pearl to put on the dais.
Yes, pretty exciting moment here for Steve Clark, getting 2 of the 3 place getters, and Lady Shamby, she's done such a great job today. I can't quite believe the price, but it was one of those races where she's paid it over $8 on the tote here. Lady Shamby had raced there. Night Pearl as well, also going an outstanding race, but what a final it has been, and all honours here with Steve Clark, with Lady Shamby here. And I might just grab a word here with Steve Clark. Steve, congratulations on an outstanding one.
Yeah, thanks very much, Liz. It was great. Last 4 group races I've won here, all been from box 6. So I said to the guys, well, she's got 6, so maybe she'll carry on the trend. So
seems to be your lucky draw. When did you start to feel confident during the race?
Well, I was never confident. Very good dogs behind her, but she's a strong little girl. And as I said, I think when Blitzer Mayan beat her in the futurity, that I actually ranked this bitch as one of the best I've ever had. So after winning the Group 2 race the other week and then winning this, it's absolutely fantastic.
So I was remembering that after the futurity, you said to me you think that Lady Shamby could be one of the best dogs that you've put a collar and lead on. Is she New Zealand Cup material, you think?
Oh, for sure. I mean, she's a lovely bitch. Probably the one I'm more proud of is Night Pearl. She's just come on in leaps and bounds. So I'd also, Corey and Emma, they've come with me last time we quineled the futurity. They were here. They're here again, so without them, it wouldn't be possible for us. So, and of course, Kath at home and Jen, who are looking after the dogs at home, the whole thing's a great thing. And Tony that owns Night Pearl, he'd be stoked, so great.
Is Lady Shamby the kind of dog who knows that she's good? Like, does she know that she's a winner?
Too much. Yeah, no, she's just full of herself. She's just one of those dogs that are a little bit like a couple of my ex-wives. I think they knew more than they did. So yeah.
All right, final question. Will it be McDonald's ice creams for them on the way home tonight?
Probably Big Macs and an ice cream, I think, tonight. So yeah, we're staying the night. So woohoo. Yeah. So.
Well done, Steve. Big congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Steve Clark, the winning trainer of the Group 1 Brad Canty Wanganui Cup, and just a fantastic effort by all the team there involved in this Group 1 race.
Excellent, Liz. Thank you so much. And Steve, very good with his time there. And he's a good bit of fun, isn't he, Steve? He had too much into herself, this one, Lady Shamby. And she's probably, well aware she's taken out Group 1 success there at $832 if you back the 6, Sassy Road $160, and Night Pearl $4, $21.60 Quinella, Trifecta $461.20 in the first 4, $2,994.20, 6143 for the Wanganui Cup. 3, 5 and 6, the treble concluding there, and $40 even, yes, $40 for the treble. Have the consolation of the Cup up next there at Hattrick, so at 7 minutes 2, we've got the consolation of the big featurers. We're now back at Alexandra Park, and Michael Guerin, first leg of the quaddie for you.
Sure is, Russell, and Aaron and I, Aaron White, our commentator, going for different horses here as our bets of the night. He really liked the favourite, who's Just a Delight. Finished second here last time, Brian Priscilla's Girl. I actually like the horse who finished 6th in the same race, Tango's Delight. So 2 daughters of Bettor's Delight going head-to-head. I thought that Tango's Delight's better drawn tonight, and most importantly, lost the early speed duel last time. I can see her winning it tonight. So backed into 280, has been heavily backed today. Pretty even in the market, these two, the 2 and the 6. Let's get the thoughts of Tango's Delight's driver, Todd Mitchell. Well, Todd, I thought this was the ideal type of race and the right draw for Tango's Delight.
Yeah, she's sort of like, I've done a bit of work with her the last couple of starts and things haven't sort of panned out, so she's gone, pretty good races. So tonight she's drawn 2, so brings her in a little bit closer. So hopefully, she's got the gate speed to keep handy anyway.
It looks a slightly easier field than what she's been taking on.
Yeah, I think so. And obviously there's a couple in there that go all right, but if she gets the right sort of trip, I think she'd be hard to beat. She's been racing really good.
On to race 7, small field for Airwell Pegasus. It looks the type of horse who, when she's on the speed, always a chance.
Yeah, she just, when I first drove on her last time and she just ran that last bend, she just flicks her knee in a little bit. So just suggested to the trainer we'd just try some spreaders on, just try and clear her. So you might see a different horse tonight. If she gets around that bend a little bit better, then she'll be a good chance.
Handlebar Hank in race 8 opened very short with the bookies this morning. Gets a nice barrier 1. It's not an overly quick front line, I would have thought.
No, he's not a front running horse, so I don't know. You know, he has got a little bit of gate speed, but he's better off not being used. But it was a good fresh up run last time. But his sectionals were unbelievable. I didn't even think he could run that quick. But I think we clocked him in 54.9 something home. But then again, they only walked and then run home in 55.5 off the front, sort of thing. But he showed good speed, so you know he's taken no harm from the race. It's had a fortnight in between, so should go a handy race tonight.
He's had plenty of chances. I was surprised he opened at $3 this morning. Is this a case of the fact it's not a very strong field, or is he maybe one of those horses who's got a bigger reputation than his record would suggest?
Yeah, he has got a bit of a rep, but after Hara, I think we went down there and raced him of the 2 days on the wet track, and I just really don't think he got over it. He sort of wasn't as racing as good after, so he's had a bit of a freshen up, and he, you know, obviously ran home good last week, so punters are probably watching his race a fortnight ago.
With the stable star Prime Power, I see he's in the nominations for the Dominion Handicap. Do you think he'll cop 2 miles this campaign, or is that a realistic aim for him, or are the mobiles more realistic?
I think, obviously, if he comes up all right, Mick, I think the free-falls, the mobile's going to be more his go. Brian wanted to throw an early nom in, so he is there, but I don't really know if he'll need a hard 2 mile so early in the season. He's got the all season in front of him, so it's just a question mark over the Dominion, but definitely the free-for-all on the cards anyway.
Todd Mitchell's thoughts on his stable star Prime Power, and also going forward tonight with his 3 remaining drives, and 2 of them he trains. Interesting old betting contest this. There's now just been $5,000. Selwyn, our bookie from Petoni's, texts me $5,000 on Just a Delight. So bizarrely, you've actually got 2 horses in this race, both with $5,000 win bets on them. Tango's Delight and Just a Delight. So a delightful battle, excuse my bad pun, coming up in the next. And there's a new favourite too, which has thrown another spanner in the works. On the tote, it's number 4, Piece of My Heart. The Telfer Garlic team looking for some consolation after they had to drag C. Mac off the plane this week. He got a temperature on Tuesday. Can't go to Melton for the Breeders' Crown semis on Sunday, or heats on Sunday, of the 4-year-olds. This one was a good third last week, but I thought Tango's Delight still the best bet here, but there's also been decent money for Just a Delight. I've gone 2 on top, 6 next best, and then Piece of My Heart. With these 3 clearly having the ability to win a couple this campaign, whereas some of these others are probably...
Tango's Delight just galloped in the score up for a few strides. Back into her hopples now, though. Thanks, Michael, with the runners in behind the yellow bar arm. There's the Tuakau Cosy Racing section mobile pace. Into the lane they come. Just about there, first leg of the quaddie. Green light up to a Cowcosy Club Racing section mobile field on the journey and getting out fast. Pacific Rapture to be the yearly leader. Piece of My Heart is coming forward. Then Tango's Delight. Tina Bride in the inside. Cheers Kathy. She gets a nice run through from the second line to be 1-1 on the back of her stablemate as they make the stables corner. In turn on her back is Just a Delight. Then You Better You Bet. Never Sighted back with Vengeance, and back last will be Galena. 1,800 metres left to go. Pacific Rapture in front, leading by a length. Piece of My Heart sitting second on the outside of Tango's Delight on the inner. And Tango's Delight looks like it'll close off to be the favourite. And the 1-1 then to Cheers Kathy. Tina Bride in the inside, a length away to Just a Delight. They're followed by You Better You Bet, Never Sighted Vengeance, and Galena lead time in 42.5. They pace off the back, 1,500 metres left to go. And Pacific Rapture leads by 2. Up on the outside second, Piece of My Heart, and trailing third is Tango's Delight. 1-1 Cheers Kathy and Zach Butcher. Back on the inside, Tina Bride, and then Just a Delight on the back of Cheers Kathy in the running line. You Bet on the inside of Never Sighted, Vengeance second last, and Galena back last as they pace into the lane. Opening quarter 32.4. This the Tuakau Cozzy Racing section, Mobile Pace, and it is Pacific Rapture to bring them to the Judge Bell, and 1 to go. Piece of My Heart, Scott Phelan, Sitting Park, Tango's Delight, the Wizard Todd Mitchell's enjoyed the perfect run in the trail. Cheers Kathy 1-1, Tina Bride on the inside of Just a Delight, then You Bet, tucked away 4 back on the inside of Never Sighted, and Morris McKendry, Vengeance second last, and Galena still back last, 800 metres left to go. 31 and 6 the second quarter, they pace out into the back, where the leader Pacific Rapture, up on the outside, Piece of My Heart, now Hurley, he comes with Just a Delight with Tango's Delight in the trail, 1-1 Cheers Kathy, back on the inside to Tina Bride, Never Sighted's getting the track home on the back of its stablemate, in between runners You Bet, then Vengeance and Galena off the back, 500 to go. Pacific Rapture leads by 3/4, Piece of My Heart, Just a Delight is out 3 wide, getting closer, 400 left to go. Tango's Delight waiting the passing lane. There followed Cheers Kathy, Never Sighted, Tina Bride, and You Bet, quarter down the back, 29.5. Pacific Rapture for home. On the outside, Piece of My Heart, Tango's Delight now gets the passing lane, then Just a Delight. It's Pacific Rapture in front, Tango's Delight, Piece of My Heart, Cheers Kathy trying to pierce through, 1 off. She's coming through, and Just a Delight. It is in front here. Still Pacific Rapture, and will fall in. Pacific Rapture over Just a Delight. Right there too was Piece of My Heart and Cheers Kathy on the inside. Then Tango's Delight. Great finish it was. You Bet, Never Sighted. Down the outside then was Galena. They were followed back by Tina Bryden. Vengeance to be the last. 28 and 6 the final quarter. 244.8. And Jay Abernathy, Pacific Rapture, runner-up in the Golden Girls Series final. She goes 1 better, leads all the way tonight. Falls in Just a Delight. Once she balanced up, she's come again strongly down the outside for Hurley. Piece of My Heart, Cheers Kathy for the drive for the prize. Pacific Rapture, she is finally back into the winner's circle. Win 4 at start 50 tonight. Just a Delight will go down about a half ahead, and half ahead back to Piece of My Heart. Cheers Kathy back over on the inside to be the 4th, and what was a very competitive finish. Tuakau Cozzy Racing section, Mobile Pace to number 5, Pacific Rapture.
Official placings, race 6, the Tuakau Cozzy Racing section, Mobile Pace. 564,927. 564,927. Horse 5, Pacific Rapture, paced the 2200 metres in 244.87. Mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.6. Last 858.1. The 428.6. The margins are half head, a half head, a half length. 564,927. Race 6, the Tuakau Cozzy Racing section, Mobile Pace.
Fanfare for number 5, Pacific Rapture, for the performance incentive bonus collected by the Connections for her 3rd victory here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park, and 3rd victory too for Stallion Better's Delight. On the program tonight, a Bay 5-year-old mare at a Sea Moon, raced by Mrs. S.M. Maguire and M.J. Maguire. Jay Abernathy, the trainer driver out of Papakura, runner-up in the Golden Girls Series final. Goes 1 better here tonight in the Tuakau Cozzy Racing section, Mobile Pace. Leanne Smith, along with Franklin Trotting Club's Steve Cornwall, were down there part of the victory celebrations. Pacific Rapture, bred by Mrs. J.M. Davey, along with PT and DJ Cummings. Career win 4 at start 50 for Pacific Rapture. 6, Just a Delight, Better's Delight, Love the Look. 4-year-old bay mare for Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. And 4, Piece of My Heart, Art Major Brown, 3-year-old filly out of Highfields Diamond, raced by Miss T.M. McMullen, L.R. Campbell, D.L. Campbell, L.J. Goldsmith and R.S. Toman. Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick, trained at Papakura, and Scott Phelan. Number 5, Pacific Rapture, will return once I get those totes up on the screen. I can tell you 420.6 live in pick 6. 420.6 live in pick 6 going into the second half of the pick 6 competition. And number 5, Pacific Rapture, to return $13.30 and $2.10. $13.30, $2.10. 6, Just a Delight at $1.30, $1.30. And 4, Piece of My Heart, $1.60, $1.60. Quinella, $14.40, $14.40. Trifecta, $133.60, $133.60. The first 4, $731.80, $731.80. The second TAB treble completed on the numbers 5, 6 and 5, $179.90, $179.90.
The Brady Kenty Wanganui Cup, and right now we're about to have the Brady Kenty Wanganui Cup consolation, and this race is actually worth $7,500. Number 1, Ritza Danny, is the favourite here for Lisa Rahun. $2, $1.90 the tote, $1.90 and $1.20 on final field. Getting box 1 again today is the key for this dog. That's where he does really seem to thrive from. Number 3, Way 2 Crude, is paying, I think, around $5 on final field, $7.20 in money back on the tone about Way 2 Crude. I was impressed with the way that he worked home for third last week in the Wanganui Cup heat and behind Night Pearl, so actually narrowly missed out on qualifying that day, did Way 2 Crude. And for Bev's viewpoint, this is a dog which can show good box speed and paying $9 fixed, $6.40 and $2.10 on the tote. It's Ritzadani that we're going to take a look at when he won here 2 starts ago on the 1st of August, drew box 1 and the red rug.
Stay Young always welcomes, pushing forward too, and wider out to Tofino, goes up 4 wide round that first bend. Jonesy's Fortune got a run through along the inside, then Tina's Dilemma's got well back, and so too Sweet Ruby Jane can't win from there, and Norkin Indiana Izmir. Down the back goes Ritzadani by 3, chasing hard Tofino, 3 back then, 2 always welcome, well back in the piece to Jonesy's Fortune. Behind those runners then Stay Young, Tina's Dilemma, up they come. Ritzadani uses box 1 to perfection, class 4 dog Tofino a great second, and always welcome third. Get back to Jonesy's Fortune, the outsiders run 4th. Behind those runners then we would have had Stay Young.
That was a good field that he beat home that day, Ritz of Danny, but he really used box 1 to his advantage, and that's what I'm thinking he might do again today. $1.90 on the options, $2 and $2.40 the tone. Just a note, once again, we do have the exact sum of rugs, a betting option available on this race. That can be another way of playing it, a whole range of permutations, and you can try and work out potentials for trifectas. So that is one way of betting on this race. Number 4, Bev's viewpoint, $9 fixed, $7.30 the tone. Is a big chance if she jumps. Number 8, Piggyback, was the winner of the Wanganui Cup a year ago. Piggyback was 4th last start in the Wanganui Cup heat and behind Sassy Road. speaking to Kathy Wilson during the week, she wasn't sure whether or not he's going to be able to cross from box 8. Draw is quite tough for Piggyback. Still has support, and look, that was still a good run for fourth last start. $7 fixed, $5.30 and $1.70 on the tote. And there is Steve Clark, successful trainer in the previous with Lady Shambi. Just over a minute away here from race number 10, and Mark Grozanowski, what a win there by Lady Shambi in the previous.
It certainly was. She is a marvellous bitch, and I always cringe when I say that word because it's synonymous with greyhound racing, and that's what the B stands for in the race book. But she was a runner-up in the New Zealand Oaks, but she was a recent Group 2 winner there at Cambridge. She was recently fourth in the South Island Championship. She's mixing it up with the very best now. She was a runner-up in the New Zealand Futurity, and she certainly deserved her Group 1 win tonight, and did it from the front and ran just too fast for a very, very good field. Gone with Ritzadani off the inside. He's a box 1 bully. He's 3 from 3 on this track, box 1, including some fast times. A 29.81 defeat of Blitzing Mayhem among them in a Futurity heat. Thought 2 Corborn War might be able to stay a touch handier to them tonight. Was a super finish last night, as you mentioned, to Nut Piggyback out of the placings last weekend behind Sassy Road, Corborn War. It's an interesting race, this, because we're going to see speed, you would think, from 4 Bev's Viewpoint and the 6 Blue and Curly up alongside of Ritzadani. And then you've got the strong finishers, Corborn War, Way Too Crude, and Indiana Izmir. And what can Piggyback do from the outside? It is going to be tough for him, but he is the winner of 114,000. And like you, I thought that run last week actually was pretty good for this stage of his career. Brad Canty, Waiganui Cup Consolation, $7,500 stake. To the boxes, Ritzadani, $2 favourite off the inside. Box 3 for Way Too Crude, Gold Rug, Indiana Izmir out on 7, Croissant, second line, Corborn War, Bev's Viewpoint. Green Rug for Blue and Curly, and Piggyback the outside. Lined and ready, the Consolation, all clear, wave through. Lure driver Rayudi has the bunny humming, round it comes set. Racing, Ritzadani steps pretty well. Bev's Viewpoint goes hard early. Way Too Crude's got handy early, and up and around the outside goes Piggyback into the first bend. It's Bev's Viewpoint by 2, and Way Too Crude sits pretty. About 5 lengths away third, then we've got Piggyback, and that'd be followed through by Ritzadani. Behind those runners then to Indiana Izmir. Great big gap back the rest. Corborn War, Croissant a long way from them in a race that's been shattered. Up to the corner comes Way Too Crude, blows on by Bev's Viewpoint. Further back to Piggyback running on with Ritzadani. Way Too Crude wins the Consolation from Bev's Viewpoint, Piggyback. Then Ritzadani, Indiana Izmir, Corborn War, Croissant. And right at the back of the field was Blue and Curly. And the race destroyed at the first bend, although up front it was Way Too Crude's race, a long way from home. Way Too Crude, number 3 in the book. He's camped second. If you redid the market going past me the first time, you'd have him at $1.10. He's a strong finisher, and he was just way too close to Bev's Viewpoint for comfort. Bev's Viewpoint's lasted for second well. She still hasn't won here in 12 520-metre races, although she was only beaten in nose one night by Really Clever. Piggyback a very game third, and Ritzadani fourth, but was beaten off the lids. From the boxes, we'll get a look at them running to that first bend. Now, Ritzadani was just a fair break only the inside, and Way Too Crude out jumped most of them with the exception of Bev's Viewpoint. Into this first bend, Piggyback came across on Blue and Curly, who went down. Tangled up with it was Corborn War and Croissant as well. Blue and Curly picked himself up, followed them around, but was a long, long way from them up the straight. Well, it's off the back straight there, Bev's Viewpoint in front, but showing the inside rail to Way Too Crude, and he just ran on through and scored comfortably. Here's a look at them from behind the boxes, going to that first bend, and Way Too Crude jumped as well as I've seen him for a long, long time. 3, 4, 8, 1, then 5, 2, 7 and 6. 30.10 the winning time, 11.45 the run home. 5.5 lengths by 3/4 of a length by 3/4 of a length the margins. Way Too Crude for Paul Freeman and Angela Turnbull there at Foxton. And Elizabeth, Corey Steele gets to lead another dog back at the head of the field. He's choosing the right dogs tonight.
He really is, isn't he? Number 3, Way Too Crude. He's jumped much better today, and that's been a great performance. The riding was on the wall there when he was settling in such a handy position and has been too good for Paul Freeman and Angela Turnwood. I have to say I am happy for them. I was feeling a wee bit for Paul Freeman because I think he spent the night in his car after he couldn't get back with the snow on the roads last night trying to come back from Waikato. So he's had a very cold night, and today he and Angela have come out with a victory here in the Brad Kenzie Wanganui Cup Consolation. So big congratulations to them, owned by racingdogs.co.nz. Number 3 Way 2 Crude pays $8 in 220. Number 4 Bev's Viewpoint $2, and number 8 Piggyback has gone a really good race there, 220. 3-4 Quinella pays $29.10. Trifecta 348 $198.30, and the first 4 3, 4, 8 and 1 pays $645.20. And that one did wrap a double there across races 9 and 10. 6 with 3 pays $33.40. Concession 6 with 4 pays $9.20. Race number 11 here gets underway at 18 minutes past 9. We'll be back with you again before that one.
Excellent stuff, Liz, and a nice shot there of Way Too Crude, who's now on 15, and yeah, was so handy, wasn't he? Gosh, he was handy, and he was always going to get on past Bev's Viewpoint, and he did so. Oh, it's even a better shot, takes out the consolation Way Too Crude. A bit of Breeders' Crown chat, that's going to be next.
Linda Lovegrace coming out after Follow the Stars. Follow the Stars, Linda Lovegrace, they charge to the line. Follow the Stars, just hangs on to win.
But Katy Perry found something though, kicks away, and it's Katy Perry coming clear. Katy Perry beats Soho Tokyo, third home.
Coming back beyond the silence on the inside, and Sky Major. Sia Mac beyond the silence, and on the outside, Sky Major. Oh, he's all class, isn't he? Sky Major, the Jules winner in.
There's so many Kiwis involved tomorrow night at Ballarat, and we'll bring Mick in for a bit of Breeders' Crown chat. And Michael, 8 Breeders' Crown semi-finals for the 2- and 3-year-old paces.
Looking forward to them, Russell, on the plane first thing in the morning, heading across to Melbourne, then to Melton to book into the hotel, then to Ballarat, and then we're back to Melton on Sunday for the Breeders' Crown heats. Now, Mac Tiger and bit of a legend are in the heats for New Zealand, but tomorrow are the semi-finals for boys and girls 2 and 3. Here's the market for the first of the 3-year-old semis, option 167. Now, Massini, formerly trained by Mark and Natalie, now with Brent Lilly, and has been awesome over there. Won the Vic Bred Super Series. He's not overly blessed with gate speed, so he's no certainty just to jump to the lead, but semi-final racing tends to beat in Rasmussen horse. Alleluia has been good in Queensland, chasing home the likes of Bling It On, then beat Bling It On in a farcical 2-horse heat of this series. Punches through because it's a 7 across the front line barrier draw system at Ballarat, and punches through behind Massini, and wouldn't be surprised to see Grant Dixon potentially have a launch. I don't think he'll get the lead, but look, it's got a chance. It's the other danger of the race. Let Us Rock Them is number 8. It's drawn 1 on the second line, and that's just a kiss of death for him. really hurts his chances. Can't use his gate speed and he can over race, so I'm thinking let us rock them as the unders in that market are Alleluia, the Danger, Timossini. The other heat, Asia, of course, Sky Major as we know him, our Sky Major as they know him, 2 harness jewels plus second in the Victoria Derby. He's across the barrier 3 for him, and he's up against Bling It On tomorrow night. So you'll catch all of that on trackside tomorrow night, Channel 63 I think it'll be. Not quite sure, but I'll be on track helping out the boys, Gareth and Jason from Sky. It's going to be a huge next 9 days for Trends Tasman Harness Racing. Okay, back to Alexandra Park. Race 7 here, and this favourite should simply win. Franco Nadal. Small field, good second last time out. Ben Waldron sent the horse north. I'm pretty sure Todd McFarlane's looking after it. I don't imagine Ben's come all this way for one horse, but second last time out behind Leanne's Boy, only just beaten. Before that was 5th here behind Idle Bones. Nice horse, small field, genuinely has good manners, should be handy to the speed here, and pretty hard to see how he'll get beat. $1.70, option 517 versus $1.90 the tote. That's around about right. He's now $1.65. Look, my attitude's this. You'll find better $1.65 chances this weekend than him, because there's horses you will be pretty sure should jump to the lead. For example, Sky Major tomorrow night's around $1.40 to $1.50. So he's probably a better short odds-on chance than a Franco Nadal at $1.65, but I can't really see how they'll beat him. So not sure exactly what you would tip to beat him. Just getting some info through from the bookies, what Selwyn had to say. 5k on the favourite here, so 5k on the favourite. By the way, they paid out on Tony Hurley for the Drivers' Challenge. They paid out on him. So if you backed him, you get your money. Franco Nadal, clear top pick by a long way. Thought Torbjorn had a chance. Should just step away, settle handy. He's just thereabouts, Torbjorn, but he's got another couple of wins in him. And Fergie will position him nice and close to the speed, trying to catch up to his son Dylan as a winning driver tonight. Torbjorn, $6 the book, so because the favourite's $1.55 now, the bookies are giving you a chance on another couple of them, most particularly Torbjorn. He's got a hope. And then after that, it's pretty hard to make a case for many of these winning. There's old Otto Invasion. I like Otto. He's like an old friend of the family. But like a lot of old friends of the family, sometimes they just overstay their welcome. And poor old Otto, he's just not trying at the moment. He might bounce back in the grass in the summer, but can't have him now. Errol Pegasus, if it steps away, it's probably a chance of running close to the lead and trying to run hard. So it's probably as good a chance as any behind Franco Nadal. So I'll go 2 on top. We'll put the 4 and the 5 in next. And then the rest of them, well, I'll be stunned if any of them win. Let's get Aaron White's thoughts on the 7th on the card. And Aaron, I presume if you were live and pick 6, like somebody I know, would you have number 2 as an anchor?
Yeah, you did right there, Mick, with Franco Nadal. The way that he performed last time and behind a very nice type in Leanne's Boys, only had the 2 runs up north. First look at the park was okay. Prior to that, he did sit parked, and I just think this horse will step and look to dominate from the top the 2. Franco Nadal over the 7 Auto Invasion can bounce back in this lineup. He's only 10 metres behind. 4 Tourbillon and 3 Thanks Charlie. Thanks Charlie having his first run for the Logan Hollis Shane Robertson team here. Philip Butcher doing the driving, but the 2 clearly on top. 2, 7, 4 and 3. 7, first leg of the final treble. Thanks, Michael. Up to the barrier strands they come. The barrier strands release in the Euro Tread handicap trot. Favourite Franco Nadal safely on the journey. He'll settle down in 4th. Coming out fastest, Airwell Pegasus over Tourbillon and Let's Hope on the inside. And Franco Nadal, he settles in behind Let's Hope. Then 2 lengths away in the field to Thanks Charlie. And 3 to 4 lengths away, Auto Invasion back last as a sweep across the showgrounds turn on their first occasion. And the leader Airwell Pegasus taken on though by Tourbillon. Peter Ferguson, as they work into the lane, will roll on to the lead with the Richard Brosnan trained Square Gator. So Tourbillon on top. Over Airwell Pegasus, Let's Hope settles in 3rd for Brent Mangos. Tracked up by the favourite Franco Nadal and Todd McFarlane. There's 2 or 3 lengths away, Thanks Charlie. Similar margin back to Auto Invasion, the last of the half a dozen. 2 circuits left to go. Tourbillon, the son of Dream Vacation, onto the stables corner. Leads a length and a half. Airwell Pegasus, the mare by Pegasus Burr, and the Wizard Todd Mitchell enjoying the perfect run in the trail in the early stages of the race. Let's Hope has settled third. Brent Mangos, followed up then by Franco Nadal. Back second last is Thanks Charlie, Philip Butcher. And back last, Auto Invasion, the 9-year-old son of Umbro Invasion, and Scott Phelan. So the square gate is through the back in the Euro Tread Trot, and the leader is Tourbillon. Here's Prickton. He's getting away with a very comfortable lead as he works down to the elite time in 1:29 and 9. In the trail, Airwell Pegasus, then came Let's Hope. Franco Nadal at this stage. Todd McFarlane quite content to sit in. Back in the field, Thanks Charlie. Now Franco Nadal's about to come away from the pegs as Auto Invasion started his run. So Franco Nadal trying to flush Let's Hope out, and it's done the job because she's out from 3 back on the inside now to sit parked. So the changes happen from the 1500 to the home straight. 1200 to go and Tourbillon leads. Let's Hope up on the outside second. Airwell Pegasus trailing third. 32 and 6 the opening quarter. Franco Nadal now the favourite with 1-1 cover. Thanks Charlie back second last on the inside of Auto Invasion. At the judge with a circuit to go in the Euro Tread Trot, and still it is Tourbillon dictating the terms, and company with it now is Let's Hope and neck away. In the trail is Airwell Pegasus. Franco Nadal's in a striking spot, 1-1. Back on the inside, Thanks Charlie, and Auto Invasion back last. 800 metres left to go. Second quarter in 31. Tourbillon to take them into the back their final time. Let's Hope on the outside and trailing Airwell Pegasus. Franco Nadal, he's under a nice rain in the 1-1, tracked up by Auto Invasion. And Thanks Charlie back last on the inside as they trot down to the 500. Tourbillon and Let's Hope. They measure motors as they swing off the back and work onto the showgrounds turn. Franco Nadal's about to spring out of the 1-1 back on the inside. Airwell Pegasus waiting the passing lane, then Auto Invasion. And Thanks Charlie, third quarter, 29.6. So they come for home, Tourbillon. Let's Hope. Here's Franco Nadal. He starts his claim 3 wide. Airwell Pegasus waiting the passing lane, then Auto Invasion. Homeward bound Tourbillon, but Franco Nadal, he's gone into a gallop. Rolled up to the lead and went into a gallop, the favourite. Airwell Pegasus through on the inside, and here's Auto Invasion, but Airwell Pegasus, after the beautiful run in the trail, got the passing lane and the Wizard home. Airwell Pegasus beats Auto Invasion. Tourbillon for third. They were followed, but he's rolled into a gallop and he's finished back last. 3:33.7, 30.4 the final quarter. Airwell Pegasus back into winning form tonight. The Pegasus Spur, 6-year-old mare, the Wizard Todd Mitchell for Matthias Hamarson. Did a path under the galloping Franco Nadal, and that'll get up for a second. Thanks Charlie to make up the first 4s. And a nice win. Airwell Pegasus wins 6 at start 51. Gets the job done. Auto Invasion, he'll get up for second in front of Tourbillon and Thanks Charlie. Euro Tread handicap trot to number 5.
Official placings, race 7, the Euro Tread handicap trot. 574-312. 574-312. Horse 5, Airwell Pegasus, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in 3:33.73. Mile rate of 27.4. Last 860.1, the 430.4. The margins 3 1/4 lengths, ahead 7 lengths. 574-312, race 7, the Euro Tread handicap trot.
5 Airwell Pegasus back at the head of the field, raced by Classic Equine New Zealand Syndicate, a Pegasus Spur 6-year-old bay mare out of Jamie Nicole, wins 6 at start 51. Matthias Hamarson trained at West Melton, and the Wizard Todd Mitchell back at the head of the field, greeted by Gladrack from Euro Tread, and also Franklin Trotting Club President Don Smith down there, part of the victory celebrations. Airwell Pegasus, bred by J.S. Munro, the mare by Pegasus Spur. 7 Auto Invasion for second. Umbro Invasion, Tesley Lure, 9-year-old bay gelding, raced by K.R. McGrath along with Mrs. M.A. Barker. Sean McCaffrey trained at Cambridge. And Scott Phelan. And in for a third was number 4, Tourbillon, Dream Vacation, Sun Lamp. 5-year-old, I should say 6-year-old Bay Gelding, raced by B.Y. Lim. Peter Ferguson doing the driving for Ardmore trainer Richard Brosnan. Number 5, Airwell Pegasus, $9.40 and $2.70. 9.40, $2.70. 7 Auto Invasion at $4.60, $4.35.60. First 4, $1,122.70. $1,122.70. 5 and 5 in the double at $48.90, $48.90. 5 and 7 concession, $21.70. $21.70. 73.38 live units remaining in pick 6 with 2 legs to go. 73.38.
He wasn't the quickest away, and then he ran into trouble, and despite all of that he still managed to get going again and come